Hey everybody, welcome to the panel. We got Natural Ginger Core Connections. Hey,
Hey, Natural Ginger. Hi, Monty.
how are you doing?
Hi,
I'm
Kurt.
great.
Hi, Monty. Nice to see you.
Nice to
Hey,
see you
nice.
too. How are you feeling, Monty?
Still bad. I'm still working on things as I go along.
Is there
Yeah.
anything that you need?
Uh, at this moment, no, but thanks.
Well, if you do, I'm here and just let me know.
Sure.
Yeah. It's going to be very strange for a while. So
Yeah,
we all support you, Monty.
we do.
Whether you want to talk about it or not, everybody wants to send your condolences and we love you and everything. So sometimes I think,
Absolutely.
oh, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to upset him. But we're all thinking it, even if we don't say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, Chantal.
Hello.
Yeah.
All of these
Hey
men.
Dre.
Hey,
Hi,
Dre.
Dre.
Hey,
Hi.
hey, was it? Hey, Monty, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to give you a hug right now.
Dre, you are so sweet.
Yeah, we're
Look,
all giving him massive group
yes,
We're
cyber
massive
giving you
hugs.
virtual hugs.
Yeah.
Lord, was it Lord? Like I said, this week has just been child. Mm. This has been a week. That's all I can say for me and my real life. So I get it. It's been a week.
Yeah, Cat Pusino is saying sending positive energy to everyone struggling right now. Thank you, Cat Pusino. Happy birthday, Wookie Lover. Hopefully you're having a
Woo!
good one.
Happy
Birthday.
birthday.
Thank you, Savitri. Hey,
Yeah.
Moesha. Thank
Have
you,
some cake. Was
JG.
it? Have some cake for me.
Yeah, for sure. So, Dre, have you been caught up with all the shenanigans?
Oh Lord, was it so between the massive power outages and shit that I've basically been dealing with like I've been somewhat keeping up with what's going on because like that's a part of the reason why like I've been kind of away this week is like I said like basically the power company has just been stupid bit in my area. So yeah, but from last time I remember, she fought with Amber Lynn. That was the last thing I saw. And then also, well, apparently there was what's the old girl's name? Courtney. She was
Yeah,
caping
Courtney
for
and
Natter. Those are the two main things that I remember seeing this week.
okay, I see.
So am I caught up at least?
That's about it. Yeah. I haven't seen any of that
Of the
live.
Courtney lady?
Yeah, I've not seen any.
Yeah.
I've just not
Okay,
had
I'm gonna tell
time.
you right now. I watched
I
the live
saw it.
stream. I watched the live stream today. You really did not miss much of anything. It was
No.
really just her. Like when I say like, it was just her fangirling and just
Oh
gushing
God.
over
So
Natter in
was
such a
that did
disgust.
Nada spill any tea about Chantal?
No,
Nope.
it was nothing. It when I say like it was genuinely just her gushing over for Natter. Like I'm talking about like literally, it was almost low key kind of disgusting how much she was like how much she was gushing over him.
She
Like
took her hat off for him and everything.
it was very gross. Like
Oh.
honestly, it was kind of gross given what we know about him. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, you're really sitting here, you're caping for this man, but yet this everything this man has done. You're sitting here being like, oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, Didi, you get so much hate, and I'm so sorry that you get so much hate. Hey, and I'm just like, it low key kind of just I wouldn't say it pissed me off. It kind of just got on my nerves because I'm just like, you do realize what these two have done, right? Like,
Well, I won't watch it then, Dre, after you've
oh
recommended it not.
no,
Good.
I'm
no,
not
No,
and
going
then
I
to.
also then
saw
they
it.
watched the one video, and like then of course then they watched the one video from like back in December when he made fun of her when he was like all dressed up in the clothes and all that shit. It, and even that low like, call me crazy. I don't know. I mean, okay, it was funny at the time of when he was making fun of her, but at the same time, it's just something about him making fun of her to some like, okay, I'm
What
not
did he
caping
say?
for food, huh?
What did he say about Chantal?
No. I'm talking about when he was when he dressed up like her back in December. You remember
Oh,
that?
right.
Okay, I'm not caping for Chantal. Hear me out, people. I'm not caping for her. I just don't like. I just think it was in very poor taste how he did that. There was just something about him doing that that did not leave a good taste in my mouth. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, you're sitting here, yeah, you're making fun of her, yeah, she's quote unquote disgusting, but yet she's paying your bills, she's making sure you're fed, she's making like, I mean, like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't erase that. You know what I'm saying? She's fucked up, yes, but she's literally sitting here paying your way. You know what I'm saying? Like she might got a fupa, but you're eating the fupa. Yeah.
Right.
It's just like whenever she sits there and she makes fun of him, and I'm like, but you went back to him.
Hey,
It's like,
skinny queen.
hey
Oh,
girl,
they're both ridiculous. Hi, Skinny Queen. How are
hey girl,
you?
look,
Good. How are you all?
skinny. I haven't been. Girl, how you been? Look, I have not seen you since the last time when you first came up in here, and child. Chantal went, look, did we not tell you Chantal was going to basically have some words for you?
Oh, yes.
I'm not even kidding.
She's still not happy about it either.
Look, you want to know so funny really quickly about that? I know it's kind of going back a little bit, but like what was so funny about that live stream, right? So I don't know if you saw my reaction to it because because I did not know when she did the whole, oh, I hate fake people or I hate clout chasers. I didn't know she was talking about you, right? So I was doing a whole other video, right?
Yes.
And so I basically did the live react. So of course, so I basically not live react, but like I did a reaction basically watching it because I'm thinking like, okay, this is something short and sweet. It was a 4-minute rage. It's like a 4 or 5 minute rage. I thought it was gonna be something funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
The moment she brought you up and she brought the panel up, when I said I started cackling, just because I'm like, we knew because she's so predictable.
Yeah.
She's so, and she's calling all of us irrelevant and shit. And like, mind you, look, I was gonna say I was gonna get with was it with Ginger and Curl and everyone who wants to be a relevant A, who wants to be a relevant B, C, and D. I'll be irrelevant A since literally, mind you, because there was something that I said about her. Because remember when I asked you what did you like about her? And she got so mad at the fact that I asked you that question.
Oh,
she got
she
so
was
mad about that.
She was also mad how I answered because she's like, "Are you kidding me? Like what did I don't even remember what I said, but I think I said like she's kind of a good person."
Yeah, like I mean, you honestly were very nice to her and very fair. I feel like you were very fair to her.
And let me say this: this was my first time, okay, as a beezer at the moment. I was like kind of still a beezer, so it was my first time coming up on a panel full of people that essentially judge her and sometimes even judge why people want to be beezers, right?
Right.
So I was a little shy. I was a little timid. I was trying to be careful with my words.
But no, but I feel like you were. But I feel like for the most part, out of all of us, you were very fair to her, and you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like you were honestly really not. Like you were way nicer to her than what she deserved.
It was just the fact that she came over here, wasn't it, Dre? That we said, didn't we? Oh, this is going to really stick in her craw. And now,
and then the part that really
has completely defected over to this side, and it's all fine.
Right, and then the part that really just irritated
and she
me the
didn't
most.
say nothing bad about her.
Right, and what killed me was how did she? Where did she get off? Then sitting there and bringing up, your situation, with your trauma. I think that was the biggest thing when walking away from that, because I did, like I said,
because I don't talk about it on my channel.
Because you didn't even bring
my main
it up,
channel.
and that was the part that I think like that broke my heart for you, because I'm like, at the end of the day, nobody deserves that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one deserves to be treated like that.
But she has a history of outing people's personal information.
Yeah.
So
but that's not something
never ever.
It did not surprise me. It did
Never
not.
give her your.
I mean, and that's why, like, and she wonders why when people say that, oh, we don't believe her when she basically does these things. It's like, you wonder why. You have a pattern, sweetie. Even like, did y'all watch the deleted live stream yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh
There was
God.
that many.
Oh my God. No.
Right.
The one
That's
where she
true,
was going
Ginger.
off on him. I'm gonna need someone to literally, like, is Foodie just getting a, like, what is this God complex she has? Like, literally,
I
and I
don't
hate to,
know.
like, I mean, am I the only one that noticed it, that she has a God
No.
complex?
No, it's a
We all
narcissistic
noticed
trait.
that.
It's
It
a
is so,
narcissistic trait. That's
so
what it
it,
is.
okay, so it's a part of narcissism to have like a God complex, because she
Yeah.
really thinks she is the heaven. She really thinks she has a heaven and hell to put in that her in. And it just, it irritates me to no end. Like, it really low key, it irritates me, because I'm like, ma'am, you can't in one breath sit here and say, because if y'all remember when we were sitting here talking about, you gave this man a platform, and
Mm-hmm.
she so badly basically sat here and said, I didn't give him a platform. I didn't give him a platform.
And
Now you
defended him
want,
to no end at many
She's got a
times
and now
too.
you,
selective
and now
memory.
you want to
She's
own
got a
up to
very,
that.
very, very selective memory about things that are convenient for her and
Mm-hmm.
inconvenient for her. And
Like, I mean,
it's like giving her any of your backstory. She'll take it and she'll go, oh, I really feel for you. I really empathize with you, blah, 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 blah. And
mm-hmm.
then the moment that you displease her, she'll turn it around and she'll blab it all to say, look what a shit person this is. Because
Mm-hmm.
they've got this backstory. So you never, ever, whether you support her or not, never, ever, ever give her anything that she can use later on down the line, because she'll do it. She will do it.
No,
And then she'll
Absolutely.
no,
complain
and why,
that she hasn't.
right?
I
And
have
now,
a
a wild girl,
question.
you're right. Hey, Natter does have it too, but it's just like, I mean, yes, he has, but his, like, I don't know. It's just something with hers that specifically just plucks my nerves, because she really thinks that, like, she's gonna be the one to get him off the platform. Like, she thinks that she has like some magical wand somewhere where she can just be like, boop, your channel is gone,
She
or
never
she like,
thinks straight. She never thinks. It's all knee-jerk reaction. She's very basic human. She really is. She
like,
really
I mean,
is. It's just all knee-jerk reaction to
right,
whatever
and I
she's
mean, and it's just
confronted
like,
with.
and it goes back to where, like, when people say she has arrested development issues, where it's like she low key kind of does, because it's like I'm sitting here listening to her sometimes, and I'm like, this does not sound like a grown 38-year-old woman. This really sounds like a fucking child. This
Right.
literally sounds like a child. Like, I would
I
expect
do
a.
have a question.
Hmm.
Can I ask a question real fast?
Sure.
Why does she call all these men that she deal with bums or
Thank you.
Boys.
gold diggers or whatever, but she the one offers to give people stuff? Like, she was talking about Renee. She offered to give Renee that laptop. Renee didn't ask for another laptop.
Right.
And she had the nerve to call him a bum.
But
Like,
see, but I
how was
have
he a bum?
I have a theory
Punk
about that whole
faces.
laptop thing, though. That she wants to
She
call
ain't
people
have no
bums.
money.
She
Well,
clout
now he just
chases though, doesn't she, with these bums?
right.
Right.
It's a total misnomer when she calls them bums and then she's giving them shit on the side.
Right. How? But
It's nuts. So the short answer to your question, Curl, is it's because she's an absolute moron. That's why.
Right.
But
Bing
Okay.
for
Bong, you
all the
said,
reasons why she is said moron,
was it
I
Bing
don't
Bong? You
know.
said it right there. There. Was it? Yeah, Bing Bong. You literally hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why she gave him that laptop.
She always do this though. She'll give somebody something and then she'll talk about it. She'll talk about them bad later on. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that. That's just like with motorcycle guy. She was all,
Mhm.
oh, he's so into me, blah blah blah. But then when she get him over to her house, he got dick cheese. And
Or
then
was
but she gave him oral sex. That doesn't make sense to me.
was it? But I thought Kevin was motorcycle guy.
No,
Okay,
No.
so women. So okay.
Oh
Look,
no, yes,
No,
you're
Kevin
right.
is.
Kevin is
Kevin is
yeah, Kevin.
motorcycle guy.
Yeah, look, she. Like I said, I
The one with the
sometimes
smelly
keeping up.
knob.
Look, I'm gonna just. I literally have a saying. Trying to keep up with how many men Foodie Beauty deals with is more confusing than an episode of Game of Thrones.
You ain't lying.
Because baby, trying to keep up with the menagerie that is her quote unquote love life, that if you want to even call it that is just like God Jesus. And I mean, and I'm like, you sit here, you dealt with Kevin for all this time. Now you're hollering about it's too big. Lies. I don't believe that.
Right.
Too big.
I don't believe that. Tell me it's too big. Tell me it's too big. Or like, oh Kevin, then oh, was there talking about oh was it what she
No,
say
Kevin's
about
not too big.
I
Kevin
believe
was
she
too
has.
smelly. It was
I believe
her
she has.
that's too big.
I believe her pain from her pelvis is coming from her PID and not a
Yep.
pelvic
That's an untreated
inflammatory.
it's an untreated STD and it causes PID.
Yep.
It really does.
What got me was she actually asked the question, because I've had a hysterectomy, do I still have a pelvis? I mean, come on. That's the sort of person we're dealing with.
You just remove your uterus, not your pelvis.
Right.
I'm like, everyone has it. I'm like, honey, you still have a because isn't your pelvis? Isn't it like a bone?
Yeah, it's your bone.
It's your hips. Everybody
right. So I'm just like, it's a bone.
Together.
So I'm like, ma'am, everyone has a pelvis. Like,
and yes, infection will just attach to other things. It doesn't have to attach to your uterus or your cervix.
Right.
And now it's just in the broad whole area.
But also but for real though too, I think the reason why she low key trashed Kevin and she'll trash a guy, I really think that like low key of these guys they don't. But to me,
girl.
like, how do we know that Kevin's not? How do we know that Kevin didn't essentially say, hey, this ain't gonna work out? So to save face, she's coming on here and she's trashing him, calling him a bum and all that shit because she doesn't want to basically just say that he dumped her or he said he didn't want to deal with her. Like, I mean, like, how do we know that didn't happen?
And that's how it is with all these young guys she's so-called sleeping with. This 22-year-old, she's old enough to be his mother. Then all of a sudden, you see condom wrappers strategically placed in places in her room. Who throws condom wrappers all over the room?
Did you see the condom on the chest of drawers? It wasn't full. It was an empty condom.
But this is the thing, though, mind you. But like, and this is the thing. This is how you know that literally nobody came that night. No, okay. Right. First of all,
not one.
A guy is not gonna just sit here and leave quote unquote condom wrappers or even just condoms in general, where basically you can get them out of force of habit. And this may sound gross, but just hear me out. Most men flush that shit. Why? Yes. Because they want to make sure that there is no DNA. That you can use to come back, like, and use to basically get pregnant. Most men flush that shit by nature. Okay, I'm just saying. Now,
yeah, those condoms were staged. The condom wrappers, the condoms, the messy bed, which didn't look any messier than it normally is. To tell you the truth, it was laughable, and I did laugh.
Did y'all notice though? Condom wrappers, once you take the condom out, it's not like they have weight to them. So you mean to tell me y'all was doing it that much that y'all was flicking condom wrappers just all over the room and not just opening them and just sitting them on next to the bed until you're done and then picking them up and clean it up? That just didn't make sense. Like, I have my husband. I've been with my husband 18 years. And before, when we was using condoms, we didn't throw condoms all over the bedroom.
Right.
Who does that?
Nobody.
Right. It looked like she just opened a few condoms and placed the papers around so she could show her audience that, oh, look, I had all this rough sex and I'm sore and I'm this. Girl, shut up. You sound like a kid.
It
It's
didn't
unbelievable,
happen.
isn't it? It really, really is
I know.
unbelievable. I
Right.
mean, we've everybody here has used
Hey,
condoms.
Minnie Bo.
And you just take them off and you tie a knot in it and you put it in the bin, or you just put
Right, like
wrap it in a tissue and then put that in the bin later.
Right.
It's not.
Exactly.
You don't throw them around the room,
But see, but
especially
she-
if they're full,
Exactly.
which I
but
don't
in
think
her
they were.
mind, she lives in like a weird, like teenage drama fantasy where
state.
like, oh, you have like this rough, passionate sex, and it's like, ma'am, that's not
Yeah,
that is not
fine.
real.
Joy, Joy, she can't, even if she was, let's say she was doing it in different places in her bedroom. Chantel is too damn heavy, and her fupa by itself is too damn heavy for her to be lifting her leg on dressers, for her to be lifting her legs behind her head. That is not happening. That's not happening.
Look, I just find it funny.
You're giving me horrible mental images here.
Sorry,
Look,
really are.
but I mean, she's not wrong though. Like, look, the idea of Chantal Lily sitting here, dipping, twerking, and working, and shaking, jucking, and jiving, doing all this. It's like, baby, you ain't doing all that. You is not doing all that. Like Hannibal said, stop.
Right.
Stop.
It is not happening.
Yeah.
Stop it, baby.
Right.
Look, like I said, and look, she's lucky if the man can even find you know, the whole to begin with.
That man probably found him a roll and thought it was
and just stuck it in.
And just kept rubbing. All he was doing was get a good old rub down in a roll.
Yeah.
Look, and then and like I said, and then she was sitting here talking about, oh boy was quote unquote too big. Like I said, she pretty much kind of just told on Natter, because so that means that Natter is not quote unquote packing like the way you said he was.
It's all bullshit. I reckon he was an type of bloke. That's why there were so many condoms. Foodie, isn't that right? If that's what they were actually used for.
Right. Like, I'm like,
she's got rid of Tony. She's got rid of Kevin. Now she's got rid of Uzi, which I loved it when she said his name by mistake. That was great. And now she's on to somebody called Wade, and she's like having problems with the name Wade. I don't understand that. I always thought that was a good American name.
I don't understand. Like, and mind you, and why are you putting that? Mind you, and this
Who cares about names? Who cares about names?
But no, but here's the thing though. But why is she putting out already his first name, and you haven't even known this dude for like 2.5 seconds? You're already putting out his first name. Like,
she
you're
said she was nearly
already
engaged, didn't she, to somebody from Egypt? I'm practically engaged to this guy from Egypt, this hot businessman with a 12-pack and a Mercedes.
But this is my thing. Why does she does she just have like a knack for doxing? Like, she just doxes everyone.
Her and Natter both. They have a knack for doxing.
Like, I mean, like, ma'am, like, you just said the man's first name. You're gonna keep talking about him. Literally, people are gonna keep finding these people, and it's like, why are you literally putting these people to where they can find? Like, it makes no sense.
She doesn't value people. That's why she just.
I know, it's so messed up, and it's just like, girl, do you not understand? And look, just because. Look, they're fucked up for wanting to basically deal with you, but they don't deserve to have their whole life put on blast.
But who's to say they're dealing with
you?
Who's to say they dealing with her? She's saying this. Chantel lie when she sleeps. Who said they're actually dealing with her?
Very true.
You've got to bring the receipts, Chantal, and the receipts aren't condoms and crappy teenage stuff like that. We want to see the man. We want to see
all
him
that was
there in all their glory.
All that was when she showed those condom wrappers was to try to make Natter jealous. That's what that was.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's all for her.
It was to prove, like, hey, look,
yes,
I've done something with somebody.
That's right. It's all for her, number one, because it's always all for her. Then it's to show Nader something. It's all subliminal and liminal messages too. To Nada.
Exactly. Yep. She is just childish and ridiculous.
So it looks like we've sorted it out already within half an hour. We've sorted out the man situation. It's all a load of bollocks.
If you guys realize too, is like with all these guys, it's very short. She like eliminates them and gets somebody new, probably so she won't forget what she's saying about that one person. So she goes on to another one. Oh, let's bring in this new guy. Yeah, because I don't think a lot of them even exist.
No, absolutely not. She first of all, if she's on Tinder, she's catfishing. You see all the filters she used just on her Instagram post. She's catfishing.
Or maybe she has met up with these guys and will, but for the ones that are in the country, that I'm not bothered about men in Qatar or in Egypt, because that's not going to happen. I think she gives them money as an incentive.
Of course she does.
Or a consolation prize.
You know, Foodie she's treating these men like prostitutes. She's when all is done, she's paying them something, whether it's a laptop or cash. She's treating them like prostitutes. Then she goes back on her platform and talk bad about them. But you're the one paying for them. You look bad, dum-dum.
I feel like she thinks if she pays them, she can say whatever she wants.
I mean, that's not how the world works, but you know.
No, but I feel like that's her mindset.
No, I know. I'm just like, I mean, that's not how the world works, but unfortunately, Foodie doesn't understand that, you know, money does not give you the power to do whatever you want to do. And then she wonders why people call her predatorial.
Yeah, the young man thing, the young guy thing. I mean, I've got no problem with a younger man, but there's a difference between being 30 and 48 on being 20 and 38, because they're just the young men. They're just starting out, and they're very, very different from a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old. They're even different from the 25-year-old, because guys do a lot of growing and maturing in their 20s.
Exactly.
And it's just horrible. So I really want her to step away from that. Luckily, I think she stepped away from the empath arc, and I want her to step away from the young man arc too, because she said if it did happen, she can't keep up with them. She says she feels fat and old when she's doing it. Well, surprise, Foodie. Surprise, fucking surprise. You feel like that if it really did happen.
She is fat and old.
She is. She's got the age of 38, but her body age is probably older than me. And I'm in my 50s.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But she doesn't see it because, yet again, I've said it before and I'll say it a million times, her delusion is lying to her. And if she is a narcissist, it'll be her narcissism lying to her. I'm not quite decided in my head whether she's a true narcissist yet. If she is, she's a very low-grade one and completely unaware, but she's a very low-grade narcissist. But I think she's got massive narcissistic traits. So massive, in fact, she thinks she's an empath. And that's...
I agree. I don't think she's a full-on narcissist, but she definitely has traits.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, but anytime I hear I'm an empath, I have to laugh because I'm like, empath, where, ma'am?
I think I don't know. I could be wrong here, but I was hearing on the streets that she's actually decided that she might not be an empath right now. I don't know whether it was after her 70 rants.
Not right now.
Wait, what? She might not be? Wait.
Kel surprise, eh? Kel
surprise.
Hi, Hannibal.
Hey, Hannibal.
Hey, Hannibal.
Hello, everyone. Hey, I just came back from Chantel's place, and those condoms were definitely staged. We in the Roach crew, we decided to put them here, there, and a couple of us got creative and put one on the chest of drawers or the cabinet up there. So that was all us roaches. That was
Were the
not
cheese and
Chantel.
onion flavored?
Cheese and onion flavors come from Chantel.
Yeah.
The condoms were just plain.
They weren't when they
Oh,
started,
Lord.
but afterwards they were.
So how's everybody doing?
Oh, we're just having a laugh, shooting the breeze about our lady Chantal, lady
Our girl.
circumstance.
Child, look, sitting there laughing at this fool, who, as per usual.
Yeah, well, every time you think you're gonna get a break, this kind of stuff comes up, and it's always in the wee hours of the morning where these shenanigans take place. So,
There is a pattern I've noticed that Saturday evenings and Saturday nights, and usually Fridays as well, things start to go really off kilter.
I wonder why.
Hey, Abby.
I say, hey, Abby. Hope you're doing well.
I was anticipating a rage, so.
Oh, look, I'm still waiting. Look, I feel like the rage is coming because, baby, like, even though Natter didn't say a whole lot, they said, look, the fact that they literally sat there and they made fun of her and shit. Oh, you know,
it's either rage, isn't it, Dre, or incredible, insufferable smugness. That's all it is, really. Or being totally out of a tree on edibles.
Right, but you know something is coming because it's like, baby, look, one, she's been too quiet. That's one. And two, she has to have known he went on that panel last night.
Of course,
the calm before the storm.
She knows.
She follows him anywhere he go on YouTube.
I mean, hell. Oh, so I'm like, something's coming. We already know that for sure.
So, can anybody explain to me these 60 days and if they started, when they started? Because they've already been broken like 15 times already.
Right.
They've already started. So,
you never even started.
So the protective, it's not really a protective order. It was just them. They quote unquote had a conversation that they said that they weren't going to basically talk anymore. Or they weren't gonna talk about each other anymore. That's all. It was just there was no actual contact order, or at least not that I remember.
It didn't go through the police.
That's right. She can't do it, can she? She has tried, well, sort of, as much as Foodie does try to do anything against her nature, but she just cannot stop talking about it, can she?
Right.
Bringing him up. Even if she doesn't refer to him by name, it's usually the piece of shit, or
right.
Piece
of shit. Was it what? Oh God, what's the woman's name? Courtney something. It's Courtney.
Courtney Needed.
There you go. That's the panel that he was on. I can't say her last name, so they said it. Courtney Neat.
Is it true that he said he had a hard time shagging her?
Yeah, he said that. Yep. Because basically, someone had
find out later.
Look, someone had asked the question. It was someone that was on Courtney's panel said, "Oh well, how did you have sex with that? Was it with that fat bitch or something like that?" Said something to that effect. But yeah, like straight up, just like, how did you have sex with someone that was so fat? And he was just like, "Oh, I had a hard time. Like, had a hard time." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I had a hard time. It was really hard. And when he asked the question of like, well, but then the person tried to follow up with the question of, oh, well, like, where did you go in your mind? And then he started laughing, and it's like, oh my God, I'm just like, it's so stupid.
No, someone else said,
it wasn't a real man, and he couldn't answer the questions, could he not? Was he being all coy, going, oh no, I better not say because I'm too much of a real man.
All right, don't say too much information. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, so now, this is too much information, but you've literally sat there and said it was quote unquote hard. And then someone had asked the question of, oh, well, how much did she fart around you? And he was just like, oh, well, ask the walls. They have from all the farting she did. And I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
Oh
like,
God.
Someone else said
again.
in the chat after he had answered that question about how did he have sex with her and she being so big, someone else said, "Well, Dee Dee is fat."
It was, and then and then the dude had to say, "No, Dee Dee's not fat. She's not big." And I'm like, "Bitch,
Mhm.
She's
please,
big,
Dee
but
Dee
she's
is
not
fat."
fat, is she? I
From
don't
one
think
look,
she's
no, let
fat.
me just say this right now. From one fat person to another, she's fat. She's fat. Okay. He like, stop it. Talk about, well, she's like, oh well no, but and then he tried to be like, well no, but Dee Dee, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, no, dude, you can't back that up. You can't sit here and backtrack now. You literally been sitting here because I guess he didn't because mind you, a lot of her panels, I people who were on her panel did not realize, or rather, I don't think that they understood, like, even that, they knew about Chantal, but they didn't know about Dee Dee. And I guess maybe the person didn't realize that even Dee Dee was fat. So when
Mhm.
someone had pointed out that even Dee Dee is fat, then and they were like, well, no, Dee Dee, like, you're beautiful, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, dude, no. You,
Well,
no,
I've got to stick up for. I've got to stick up. I don't like Dee Dee, but I've got to stick up for her. She's very tall. She's Amazonian. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say she was really fat. I wouldn't say she's big. She's a big girl.
She's a big
She's more
woman.
solid. She's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a big
like a
woman.
brick
She looks
house
strong
kind
to
of.
me, and I think when she's done up, she's got nice. She wears quite nice clothes, and they're not clothes that I would wear, but they suit her. She knows how to dress, and I think she looks quite nice. She's
Someone
quite
asked
cute.
us a question. I think it's YO Girl said at Curl Connections, the rage is coming. And what do you ladies think of her scanning Natter's chat and blocking anyone who dares to be there?
Well, I think it's completely oh, excuse me. I think it's completely on par with Chantal's nature to do that, and she will be scanning the chat. Look how much ape shit she went about Amber Lynn.
Amber.
And
Look, even though, to be fair, I feel like Amber was baiting her, and she completely took the bait, hook, line, and sinker.
Well,
no, I don't think she. I think Amber Lynn was just maybe doing something to stay relevant, and maybe doing her.
Well, that's why I say bait her, because no, she knew that.
Chasing.
No, she knew that Chantal was going to get upset.
Yeah,
and she saw. That's what I mean by bait her. She knew that Chantal was going to get upset, and Chantal did not realize that Amber's literally sitting here doing this to essentially be relevant and to keep because she realizes that, hey, you're the girl that everyone's talking about. No one's talking about me, so I'm going to do this in order for people to basically talk about me.
Yes,
and she fell for Amber's ploy.
It's a sad day in the universe when Amber Lynn has outsmarted someone.
Well, I mean, to be fair, let's be real.
She completely outsmarted.
I don't think she gave Foodie another thought, to tell you the truth. I think.
Well, you don't really think that you don't think that she did that to piss off Chantal?
No,
I think she did it to stay relevant. Whether she did it to piss Chantal off or not, I don't think it was to piss Chantal off. I think she knows that
she didn't care.
Nader has a little wave of people behind him, and because she commented on him before, she tried to get in with an apology, quoting that her so-called therapist, whatever, Amber.
Either way, we know. Either way, she's full of shit. We all know she's full of shit. And then and then Chantal sitting there saying,
"So
she definitely did it to be relevant or stay relevant, or bring attention to her."
It was a way to be relevant. I mean, I do think to some degree she knew that Chantal was gonna be upset, because literally that's all Chantal talks about is Nader.
No, she wouldn't. Yeah, but Amber Lynn doesn't care. It's just collateral damage. It's a narc. It's a narc move. She doesn't care. She didn't think about it. I'm sure she didn't. I really do not think she gave it a second thought, because she's always thinking about me.
Well, no, I don't think she really
me, but her.
Right? No, I don't think she cares that she pissed off Chantal. I just think that basically at the end of the day, she knew that it was going to keep her relevant.
Oh, but it just feeds into Amber Lynn's victim syndrome, doesn't it? That oh, look, I've done this really nice thing, but I'm getting backlash for it, and I've lost my best friend. victim me, Tiny
Her best,
Valentine.
her
Victim
best
me.
friend,
Hey, Erie.
Lies.
Hi,
And it was
Erie.
also funny that she was like, "Oh," Amberlynn was like, "Oh, Chantel, so now you're trying to tell me what was it? She said something about
Mental
how to
health.
handle her mental health."
Yeah,
So
it's all about her.
she was
It's
playing
all
victim.
about her. You're right. It is. It's not. Oh, it's all about her. It always comes back to Amberlynn, like it always comes back to Foodie.
I'm like, when was she going to therapy anyway?
It's a knock on knock crime.
Not
It
knock on
is.
knock crime.
Hi everyone. Sorry. How the hell?
Erie.
Someone explain to me how the heck Amberlynn and Foodie were best friends when they barely even ever communicated.
They
You would
what?
think
They never were. They never
They
were.
wasn't.
so. Okay, so this whole entire thing, people were saying it's set up for. Look, Amberlynn gets more views. She's boring as hell. That's the problem. She's boring as hell. So there is. What do you guys think about maybe perhaps this being a setup just to bring more spice into Amberlynn's content?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Of course,
Yeah.
but I mean, she's going to stay so relevant in this universe with the amount of drama that's going on. Amberlynn will never be able to keep up. And just look, she's already done by the weekend. This happened,
Right.
Friday? She's already done by the weekend, overshadowed by panels and chats that Natter went on.
Oh
Amberlynn's not going to
gosh, that
do
was
this.
so cringy.
Right.
Mhm.
She's already
gross.
gone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that Amberlynn thing was so Friday. It's now Sunday. It's
Right?
forgotten.
Like
Right.
it's so right, like it's just like, girl, we're like over it. That
Yeah.
was so last Tuesday.
I know I came in late and y'all discussed it already, but oh my god, how cringy was that panel that Natter and Dee were on?
Oh god, I wanted to literally throw something at. I literally wanted to throw my phone. Like, I'm sorry. It
Does
low-key
anybody?
I don't know why it
I'm
pissed me off.
behind. I did not actually see that. Does
Me
will.
neither.
anybody? What is the
No,
name of that
I
channel?
no. I
It's
think it
on
was
Twitter. Don't
Mine
go to
pulled
the
it up
channel.
first.
Go to Twitter. Shenanigans
Okay.
has it on Twitter.
right. I
Who,
want to say
who,
right.
who
'cause
has it on Twitter?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because I want to say, like, was it because only really, I
SH.
think it was like me, Curl, and I think also you, Erie. We were the only ones that watched that, and like I literally wanted to throw my phone because I'm like, she's like, oh my god, Natter's in the chat. Like, she's seeing some fucking celebrity.
What
yeah.
is
Did
that?
I've
she
never
blow
like
hard for Nada then, this Courtney girl?
Huh?
I've never heard of this lady before today, and I was like,
Me
I'm
either.
sorry. Why are you fangirling over Natter? How low are your standards and morals?
Oh dear.
Very low. Oh, obviously.
I never heard of her until last night.
Yeah.
Was it her name? Like, when I saw
No,
her
she
name,
is a
her name
gatekeeper
looked familiar.
she's a gatekeeper for low-level locales like the Gothic King, Cobra, Cyrax.
Cyrax. Yeah.
She absolutely has 100% communication with them all the time, which is one reason it's hard for me to watch her channel. But I've been knowing about her, and I've actually asked her to come up and talk, but she is interesting to say the least. She's very interesting. She has a very, I'm gonna say, snake-like personality where she's nice one second and then she'll turn on you the next. It doesn't seem like she has very much control over her channel, but she does allow basic free speech to just go down at any kind of rate. And so this is why Cyrex will jump on her channel and just get to screaming and yelling. This is also why I guess I would presume that Dee and Natter, because I started watching it and then I jumped in here. And so I was going to make something out of it later.
Well,
but,
Susie Q in chat is saying that it's Waterweight channel has got it. If you want to watch,
Waterweight has got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Susie.
I don't go on Twitter as much, so I'm not. It's
I don't blame you. Twitter's a cesspool, so it's okay.
Right.
You're not missing anything. You're absolutely missing nothing on Twitter. All the angry. Well, okay, I'm not gonna because there's a lot of nice people, right? But then if there's someone who has psychotic tendencies, you're gonna run into them on Twitter.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Very true. Cool. So like I said, you ain't missing shit.
Nope.
I've always been
Sure
from
ain't.
Jump though. I've always because I'm kind of like a baby to the YouTube and internet world. I didn't start social media besides Facebook for families. I didn't start doing it until 2019 September. So I
Okay.
learned a lot of lessons towards the beginning, and the first thing I learned is Twitter is just junk. Twitter is just junk.
It is,
It's just the Thunderdome. People don't care. Like anything that can go down goes down on Twitter.
But you know what? That's where Pete get all his information from, and
Pete
he
is
rated
Oh yeah,
his on his
lives
totally
and
channel.
dies by the
reliable
tweet.
source.
That's his source of all his information, and he thinks Twitter is 100% accurate.
And you
Baby,
wonder why
this
he's
is
so
why.
angry all the
Why do
time,
you
huh?
think we?
Right.
But why do you think Lily half the time I'm literally sitting here laughing at him because I'm like, look, sweetie, as somebody who even though I will say Twitter's a dumpster fire, I do like to go on the good old Twitters, sweetie. You can't
That's
Twitter cannot.
because
It can't be your main source of information. Like I'm sorry, if you're using Twitter
it
as
is,
your
and
main source of
that's
information,
because Pete is another moron, just like Chantal. So it's totally his playground. Twitter is his playbook for being an edgelord, which he doesn't pull off very well.
Right.
right. And like I said, I can't with him, and he's always just sitting here like, was it? He'll sit here, he'll scream and hoot and holler about all these social issues going on in America. But then when it comes to his quote unquote best friend, he won't ever check her or anything that she says or does.
Why don't he talk to her about all these men?
I think he
and
does.
then,
honestly,
she had the nerve
He
to ask.
has said stuff to her, and he's been blunt to her. I think she tries to. You notice how when he comes in, she looks nervous, like he might be gonna be saying something she don't want other people to hear.
She's always looking like that because Pete has no filter, and I do believe that Pete has said things about. If Pete has got on and said things about Natter, he's definitely said things about these other men. Now, the also other pattern that goes down with Pete is he's easily laughed over and shut up. So
I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi was tripping. But what I had said was, she asked Pete, "What do you remember what my vagina looks like?"
How pathetic.
Yeah, she did ask Pete's that, and Pete was like, "Man."
A baby elephant.
And she was like, basically, like, you don't remember. Like,
well,
like
you
she
showed
wanted
the
him to
whole
remember.
internet.
JJ
She showed everyone what it looks like. She's constantly flashing the darn thing. Like, come on, girl.
And I have never seen a woman that have on underwear and like her second stomach hangs to the side out of the underwear. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, me either.
I keep telling you that's Quanto.
I don't understand it, and I didn't volunteer to look at it. Okay, I'm sure the people who want to look at it would pay to look at it. I don't want to look at it.
I mean, strangely enough, there are people who would pay to look at it.
No,
it was big and it was meaty. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
There's something for everybody out there. There sure is, but
look, okay, meaty's a word.
Yeah,
and meaty.
That's the word. Look, Ginger, that's a word.
Can we all agree that, okay, look, I'm going to call it how it is. There was no 20-year-olds in Wild Night. There just
no.
There just wasn't. There was a freshly opened condom that was thrown on a counter to make it appear as if something happened. She talks about sex as if she's never had sex before, like basically a virgin. I don't understand what points she thinks she's getting by being like this overly sexual being. Like, I don't understand what she's trying to do.
Erie is just called a hoe.
Yeah.
Well, she has to have something to stay relevant too, and since Natter's like kind of like cutting her off in that way, she wants to make him feel jealous. And she also has to have something to talk about because there's nothing going on in her life right now.
What
And
I'm
plus, like,
watching.
I think she just has like this weird, like, like I said, she basically gets off to the idea, like, she just wants to come across as like this uber, like, oh yeah, all the men would have sex with me, and like I'm a sex pot. Because even before Natter, she's always had like this. She wants to be seen as like this epitome of just people want her. It just feeds her like she just has this weird little like ego go because she thinks that somehow men wanting to fuck her makes her more desirable, more everything. It just makes her better than. It's like, ma'am, just because a man wants to fuck you don't mean shit.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just looking at
Fetish and
a.
deviancy can make men fuck a woman that's not good. I mean, it's she get these men to fuck her. Okay, yeah, sure, but can they cope with their reputation being in tatters because of it? Can
Right,
they
but
actually cope with going out in public with her? Can they actually cope about any online, whether reputation that they have if they have one, or getting one online if they haven't, if they're not a social media person?
I mean, right,
And
and it's just like, you know,
the
and it's just like,
embarrassment.
and I don't even know what validation she genuinely like. I guess she never really learned that just because somebody wants to have sex with you, there's no validation in that. There is no like gratification. So what? A man wants to stick his dick in you okay, fine. I mean, there are a bajillion other men that basically they have had dick stuck up in them too. You're nothing special. It doesn't make you anything. It literally just basically means a man stuck his dick up in you. That's all it means. Nothing great.
Excuse me, Jay.
Huh?
Monty, someone named UK Frostbite wants to come up.
I
I'm
see.
sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to
Oh no,
No
you're fine.
worries.
interrupt.
No, but I mean, and like that thing, it's just like they was it, and you're right, Andrew. It's like she wants someone to claim her, and it's like, girl, you're no one wants to claim you. You're like, I'm sorry. What is there to claim? You
What
have
I'm
And
watching
no.
is
why?
a Chantel version of Sex in the City, which just happens to be like a step above the Trailer Park Boys. So
Oh.
It's
Ugh.
cringe in the
Well,
city. It
it's
is not Sex in the
gentle.
City. It's
I wouldn't
cringe
say
in the
It's a
look,
city.
Cringe
deviant
in the City
sexual
being
encounter.
nice.
That's all it is. And what it is, they not actually, they don't want you. They want what your physical form represents. Because they're not bothered about what you're going on in your head. If it's just like a hookup
She's
or
just a
a weak
hole.
shaggy, it's just what your body represents to them. And it isn't inner beauty, poise, intelligence, and grace. It's a fetish, Chantal. A
Well,
fetish.
and that's the thing that what gets me though too about her. It's like she gets off to the idea of the fact that men fetishizes her, and it's like,
Mhm.
while that's not like, I'm sorry, I don't get it how in her mind she thinks that that's something to really like aspire to have or aspire to want. It's like, so you just want to be a fetish. You don't you and she thinks that she can take these men who quote unquote are just fetishizing her, and then they'll basically be good partners. And it's like, that's not how this works, sweetie. That's just not. As somebody who unfortunately has been fetishized before and does not appreciate it, it don't work like that. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it, you're not. All they want, they don't look at you as a person, like you said, Ginger. They don't
Mhm.
look. They don't care about you. They care about what physically you can do for them, and that's it. But she thinks that that's
Jackhammering,
supposed to,
Chantal, is not passion.
right. But
Jackhammering is not passion.
it's not intimacy. It's not love. It's not anything. And it's like, girl, like, it's just, like, it's just sad. Honestly, she's just a sad individual. Who
And she may
was it?
say that I don't want the intimacy, though, Dre. She may say, I just want a quick hookup and everything.
Lies.
She's lying. Lying.
Lies.
She's lying.
Who
I
was it?
agree
Hey, hot
100%.
business.
Lies. She is
Hey,
lying.
bitch.
So she fetishizes men of color. And
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Andrea.
hey, y'all, how
Hi.
y'all doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Like, so here's the truth about Chantal. Like, Chantal talks a big game, but really she wants someone to be proud to be seen with her. She wants someone to walk around with her and claim her. She wants someone to appreciate her and worship her. She wants all of that. When she was walking around with Natter in Toronto, that was the peak of her life. Like, she was so happy to be seen with him and to film him and to walk around with him, even though he was walking 8 feet in front of her.
She didn't dress like she was happy to be seen with him with that
She
tacky
did
stripes and
all
zebra
those plaids
color.
and
Right.
stripes, and I was just like, are you kidding me, Chantal? And that's why he was walking like 8 feet in front of her. She looked a hot mess, but she wants all of that. And so what she didn't say, and this is her issue, she did all of that stuff for Natter in an unspoken agreement that all you had to do was fake love me. But that wasn't the spoken agreement. The spoken agreement was, we'll have companionship and that's it. Like, we're gonna I will take these drugs and sleep with you because I can't do it while I'm sober, and that's it. But we're not going to talk about it. I'm not going to be your boyfriend. But her unspoken agreement was, you are supposed to appreciate all the money that I gave you because you are a person of color without any money. You should appreciate the fact that you have a rich white woman to be with. Chantal really thinks that she can leverage, and that's the reason why she goes after these guys that don't, in her words, they don't speak a lot of English. They're quote unquote fresh off the boat. She plays that angle because she really feels like somebody should appreciate her and worship her and appreciate the fact that she's going to spend her money on them. She doesn't really care about these people. As much as she wants to claim that she's an empath and she loves somebody, she never loved Natter. She never did. That's just what she wants to say because she doesn't want to come off looking like the crazy predator that she is. She's mad at Natter because how dare he deviate from this plot that she had in her mind. And she has no issue showing the very condoms that supposedly, allegedly, conspiracy, whatever, these men had on their penises while they slept with her. But anybody that cared about somebody else wouldn't do those things because you care about the dignity of your partner. And the things that she did, the things that she did for Natter were all transactional. They were all strings attached. And basically, in her mind, he is not keeping his end of the bargain because he was never supposed to go after somebody else. I really, and I know you guys don't agree, I really think at this point Natter's trying to get off the Chantal crazy train. I mean, he moved another woman in with him and he moved with her. He moved away.
I agree with you 100%.
He moved away from Chantal. And Chantal is really mad that after all I've done for you, she says it over and over again. I love somebody. I did it because I love them. No, you did it because you were trying to trap him. And you really thought that you could do that because he stopped working at your behest.
We got Marcy in the background. I'm going to add you now, Marcy. If you want to turn off your cam, go ahead and do that right now.
So,
Frostbite. Hello.
Hello, Marcy.
Hi, Frostbite.
Hi.
And Erie and Frostbite and Dre and everybody. But I just wanted to come on because I was like, yep, she always finds somebody that has to lack something because she has to play the only card that she has, which is resources. She has resources. She's a horrible person. She's a horrible partner. She's been horrible to every partner she's had. And I really feel like if she were just a little, I've said it before, I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but if she were just a little bit healthier, she would have Jodi Arias them already. I really believe that.
What do you think about the fact that she knows, okay, look, she knows that Natter coming into, like, eventually she found out the dude has a criminal history, right? I doubt that she didn't know why. Remember she said that the first week he basically told her his entire life story. And now all of a sudden she's like, well, he's a criminal. Look at what he did to so-and-so. And he has this on his record. And now all of a sudden it bothers you. Now, a year later, over a year, now you're sitting there trying to be like, well, he has DV and this, that, and the other. You covered up for it, Chantal. Everybody was telling you this dude did this. You're letting him do that. You're covering up for the whole May situation. You're lying for him. You covered up for all of that, and now you want to sit there and pretend like you're appalled?
And she also knew, let me tell you something. She knew that he deleted several messages of May's before he showed her the messages. He absolutely did delete several messages. So would that not send a message to you, Chantel, that he was hiding something with May?
Hold on, wait.
Right.
Wait a minute. So before he basically showed her the next day, he had to. She told you that she knew who that he had deleted certain messages.
Yes.
You know what?
But she only cares about it because she got rejected.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't actually care.
Can I just jump in? I want to ask you guys a question.
Sure.
Have any of these guys that she's recently dated, has any of them not been dragged afterwards?
What do you mean by dragged?
Like
she even dragged Pete. Like she'll drag everyone.
Right. So doesn't she think there's going to be a time limit when some guy goes, I'm not dating her? No telling what she'll say about me.
I mean, look, if they're smart.
Well, here's the thing about this. If she's dating guys that have limited English abilities or capabilities, they're not even on her radar.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because she's not looking for
somebody with any kind of awareness of who she actually is.
Correct.
If they were like S-Jam, someone who is completely aware of who she is, that's why she won't, and I said it, man. If I were her, I would just be with S-Jam. He is putting money down. He's driving to come see her.
S-Jam don't want her though.
S-Jam don't.
Yeah, but she doesn't like fat guys either.
Isn't that something? But
right, he's not attracted
Marcy,
to her.
Marcy, she's not gonna be she's not gonna approach anybody that would be able to learn who she is without some kind of filter. And where she messed up with Natter is that people reached out to him and explained to him what was going on, just like when she would be modding his chats and she would delete people and block people. Then he started catching on. So she's really not going to, like, this 23-year-old. You would think a 23-year-old would be able to Google Foodie Beauty or Chantal Sarau real quick and find out all about her. But she's if his English is very limited, he probably isn't going to do that.
Right. I mean, and that's what kind of like goes back into the whole thing of her even being predatorial in the first place. Is because
exactly.
she personally seeks out people who she knows that won't be able to know who she is, because if they did, then either A, they wouldn't deal with her, or B, they would end up like we're seeing now with Natter. They're basically using her until it's all worth. And it's just like, well, it was, and like I said, and one thing that she does not understand, and look, Foodie, I know you watch these, and I know you hear me, and I need you to understand something, sweetie. You being predatorial does not automatically mean children. Predatorial just means you prey on a certain type of person, like how a hunter how the hunter and its prey. They prey on the weak. They prey on a certain type of person. Right. That's what predatorial basically means, sweetie. Okay, because literally she low-key was kind of pissing me off because she's like, well, 22 is not a child. No, but you're literally sitting here, quote unquote, but you're sitting here basically essentially going after someone who, like Andrea said, fresh off the boat, who does not have
that's what she says.
English, doesn't know who you are, doesn't have the ability to even know who you are.
That's racist.
Right. Like, I mean,
Chantal
come on, girl.
says fresh off the boat. I said quote in quote fresh. Chantal says that. I didn't say. Please,
but I'm saying
she said fresh off the boat.
No. Look, let me tell you. No, I will say right now. No, we say that she is. No, I will say that she is. No, I do think she's somewhat predatorial. She has very predatorial tendencies. I'm sorry. I will go on I have been on the record saying it for months. I will continue to say it. Yes, I do think she has predatorial tendencies. If you want, remember and get it right. It's Dre the Stallion who said that, sweetie. I said that. I will say that. I don't care because I've seen how you act. I've seen the things you said, and yes, you do have predatorial tendencies. I'm sorry. That's just
it's about the power. Because that word she likes to throw around. She likes to throw the narcissistic label on people. But I don't want to diagnose anybody, but Chantal will absolutely try to have a relationship with somebody just to avoid the BB situation. BB put her out. BB did not need her. BB drove his own car. He went to his job. He did not need her for anything. And so when he wanted to end the relationship, he was able to. And so now she has to seek relationship with people where there is a power imbalance, whether it be with resources, whether it be with knowledge, the fact that she's an English speaker in an English speaking country and the other person is not. Oh, well, you need me to help you. And that's exactly what she tried to do with Natter. Men do that. Men do that all the time.
And even with power, like for instance, like how she throws around money, like you just said, Andrea, men throw around money all the time, and they use money as a tool in order to be able to have power over somebody. And it's like it's no different. Like I'm sorry,
it's no different.
It's her no issue different. With Natter, and I don't put. So again,
the issue with Natter is that he's a predator too. Like you can't. Like if you got two lions, like you're not gonna out-lion another lion. They're just gonna be what they are.
Right, so, and that's the thing. Like they're both right. No, they're both shitty people, but it doesn't take away from how shitty the other one is.
Exactly.
They're both shitty.
Speaking
people.
of, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, Dre and Andrea, but so okay. Speaking of assholes, I'm just gonna say it. Natter, listen, because I know Didi be watching too.
Of course.
That receipt you showed was total complete crap. I have the entire video where you said you're going to match donation for donation. You also took more than just $50. I think it's well over 100. So here's what you need to do. You need to go into your YouTube studio. In YouTube studio, there's a section where it shows super chats.
She has to deal with her child right now.
You need to go. Sorry. 1 second, y'all.
All right, little pepperoni. Oh,
one of these days, guys. One of these days, she's gonna pick somebody that's gonna be the wrong person to pick.
Yep.
She's picking people almost right off the street. I mean, does she not watch any shows about people being picked up and killed and never seen again?
Yeah, she does. She loves unsolved mysteries. She loves that.
Like she watches that true crime stuff, and she gets off on it. That's some of her favorite shit to watch, like horror films and shit.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm back. Let me just finish this thought, and I will mute. Okay, so go in your YouTube studio, screenshot where the super chats were received for that day, because that is a thing every creator can tell you who has been monetized. There is a section where you can see that. We need a screenshot of that, and then we need a screenshot of you electronically donating the entire matched funds. Stop playing games with me, Natter.
Okay, so
I don't think it's funny.
If you go onto Peggy Hill's Twitter, basically, shenanigans, love her.
Peggy Hill is good.
She does have like a little thread from yesterday, and basically, and she actually has screenshots of how much everyone basically donated that day, and has even converted it from Canadian to US money. In Canadian dollars, as much that was donated was $154.32, or in American it was $119.74. So, sweetie, where's the rest of the money? Just saying.
In his pocket.
So, in his pocket.
You know, she's going to come on later and she's going to talk about this fat white woman that doesn't know anything. But Chantel, you can say what you want, but I've been just celebrating my 49th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yes, honey.
So you can keep a man, is what you're saying.
Wow,
Did you hear that, Chantal? Did you hear that,
got your man on lock.
Marcy
go, girl.
can keep a man. Marcy can keep a man. So while you talking, you can remember that.
49 years. That's a
long time. Him more today than ever. He is my husband.
You know what? You inspire me. You inspire me because I'm married as well. So you inspired me. I'm trying to get to where you are right now.
Girl, look. I mean, I'm so glad that people find love, because I'm sorry, I'm kind of on the kick of love is dead. Men suck. They all suck.
Oh,
They don't
Dre, come
love.
on.
Look, love is dead. It don't
No,
mean
it's not.
men suck. Okay,
Well, Dre,
fuck
you know
love,
what? I'm
suck
gonna hook
men.
you
No,
up.
it just happens to be
Dre,
where you might be looking for love. You know what I
Dre,
mean?
And I got
Dre, I'm gonna
married.
hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up to where Foodie get her man.
Don't you dare.
And I got married when I was 19 years old, and everybody said it wouldn't last, but I knew that he was the one. I knew it. And
That's
49
awesome.
years later, we're still together,
That's
and we
awesome.
have
That's
two amazing
excellent.
kids
That's
that are
very
both
good.
very successful. So it can be done, but I'm not going to say it's always perfect. No,
Right,
but
of
you
course
get
not.
through those times. You work through those times, better for worse. But I would say 80% of my marriage has been phenomenally great.
Great. That's awesome.
Love
I
shows
mean,
up
so
in
every
unexpected places, Dre, and love shows up when you're not looking for it. The real
Mhm.
good love as well.
Well,
So
well, you know,
don't be
here's the thing.
disheartened.
I think the problem is that we people have become a little too disposable with relationships. Granted, there is a lot of options going on now and stuff. You know, they have more of an advantage than those of
Yeah.
us who didn't have the internet to find a partner. That being said, you have to get out of that disposable mentality sometimes,
Right,
because
right.
not every relationship is going to be 100% roses and diamonds every time. There's going to be little hardships, and it's getting
Mm-hmm.
over those hardships and learning from those hardships and growing with each other that
Oh, well,
makes
all
the
of that
relationship
disqualifies Chantal.
strong.
People need to realize
Exactly.
the grass is not always greener on the other side.
You are so right.
You don't just give up that easily, and people are that's what is happening true nowadays, is that people just give up so easily, and they don't want to fight for what they have. They'd rather just, oh yeah, log on to the internet, let's find somebody else.
Isn't
And
that something?
Dating has become like a buffet. You know, you go to the buffet, you're eating, you have a delicious plate of food that you yourself selected in front of you, but you're still looking at the buffet to see what you're going to get next.
mm-hmm.
And you know what, guys?
What an analogy.
Guys, I'm not saying this to sound braggy, because I'm not. I'm not a braggy person, but I get more hits from guys on the internet now than I ever did at 16.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
because like I said, it's like a small, because the moment that the internet came around, it's like a smorgasbord where it's just like
Exactly.
nowadays, it's like, oh man,
Mhm.
most men, they just sit there, they see it, they want
mm-hmm.
it, and it's just like, they don't care about wanting to actually, find a true connection. They don't care about wanting to actually grow any form of intimacy. It's like, oh, God forbid. Look, the moment you say anything about commitment, men run, and it's like, okay.
Heck, my 80-year-old mother gets hit on playing crosswords on the internet.
Look,
it does.
look. Why do you think low key? Like when my mom was like, oh, she was like, Dre, I want to get a Facebook, and I'm like, no, I don't. Look, I don't need my mother being hit on. Why? Look,
Maybe she wants to be hit on though, Dre. You
hell
can't just
no,
block her like that.
no.
Just to make her
Ooh,
feel
so you want
good.
her to
Just
be
to make
sad
her
because
feel
she's sad.
good.
You want
I
mom to
don't
be
want to
sad
be.
because
I don't want to be hit on. I went back in and made sure my profile said married 49 years. I have 2 children.
they
He's the
don't
love of
care.
my
Oh,
life.
my mom's is
They're still
married.
gonna
They
hit
My
don't
on you,
mom's is
Mosi.
care.
married.
They're gonna hit on you, Mosi, no
And
matter what.
they don't care. They don't
Uh-uh.
care.
Look, look, honey. Look, let me tell you something. Men don't care if you look. Let me tell you something.
They sure don't.
When I tell you, I've had married men hit on me. I've had married men with children hit on me. Young children, even grown children, some of them my age, and literally, you're still hitting on me. Like the fuck.
Exactly.
They don't
Some men
care.
actually prefer that you're married or you're in a relationship. They're just looking for something on the side.
But right, they don't care. Look,
Crazy.
Sonny, look, my mama, look, okay, look, I'll just say it like this, look, okay, Mama Stallion, look, she got her man. Look, she already got her man. She good. She good. Look, she good. Eric can vouch for me. She good. She good.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she good. Okay, she good. I'm just saying.
Well, one of the reasons I'm on social media mostly is because I have 8 siblings, and I don't live around them. And for me to know they're okay and be able to check in and see what my nieces and nephews and so on, I want to make sure they're okay. And that's why I like having, especially Facebook, just to see them. I don't even stay on but 5 minutes. I just go make sure everybody's okay, nobody's sick, nobody's hurting. Then I get off it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, but the thing is, what I'm trying to make a point about Foodie is she really thinks that when these guys hit on her, that it's because she's the most beautiful girl and that they can't find anybody more beautiful than her. They hit on a frog.
She's a sex kitten. She thinks she's a sex kitten.
Chantal, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I'm gonna be unfiltered. Okay. You are a quick release. That's all you are. You're an easy, accessible, quick release. You don't give no pushback. You don't give no chase. You know, like some men like the chase, you know,
exactly,
and you give none of that. You're just a quick. I need a release. She's gonna do it. Okay, I'll just go there. I don't care what she looked like. I don't care anything. I just need a hole to stick it in.
And she flaunts her money.
Are we being unfiltered here, Erie? Can I just
go for it? Absolutely.
Can I just say that she's just a college bet? I mean, she's not more than a college bet.
She's one of those dares. Double dare you. Double dare you.
Yeah. Dare you, man. It's $100 if you do it. Yeah, and then you find out, oh, she's gonna give me $2,000.
Absolutely, I'm gonna do it for $2,000.
She's an initiation test. She's part of the hazing.
Oh my.
See who can do it without
she's
throwing up.
She's a check mark off the bucket list. That's
right.
But you know what?
Right.
You know what? All of her bravado and showing the condoms on the floor, you know, she wants somebody. She doesn't want that. She is really out here pretending, staging crime scenes and stuff, like, you know, this is who I am and I'm just a sex kitten or whatever she wants to be, whatever she wants to pretend to be. She doesn't want that, because if she really wanted that, she wouldn't be trying to hang on to Natter so hard,
right?
Luring him to hotel rooms like he's some kind of, like, she's literally acting like a predator. Like, I'm gonna set up a trap, I'm gonna get a nice hotel, look, I got weed, dangling weed like it's bait and dangling alcohol like it's bait, you know. I'm like, dude, if you really were this, you know, just sexually free person, you would not be publicizing it on the internet. Look, I'm having sex. Like, this is not what people with those mindsets do. And it's so transparent. It's so obvious that what she wants is what she had with BB. And it's just, it's so exhausting at this point.
I don't think she wants, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, no.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, I don't think she wants what she had with BB, because I think that was quite boring. I think she wants like a fantasy that doesn't even really exist in real life, like something from like a rom-com where like some fit buff guy's chasing her around the city and she's like, oh, and then like he tries to marry her and then they get married and run off into the sunset. Like, I don't think she's looking for like
you might be right.
I think she wants that connection like she had with BB, but again, she won't get that. And again, BB broke her. BB just plain and simply broke her.
Had a connection with her. Like,
BB just didn't want to be on film. I think BB was okay.
BB
he
is
didn't
like trash. Like, why has everyone got such a soft spot for BB?
And do you know how many people?
BB's got PTSD, I think, from the.
He was with her. No one forced him to be with her. He was with her for like 7 years. That's disgusting. Like,
do you know how many people have tried to help her and have reached out to her to try to give her some advice, myself included?
A lot.
She don't want something that doesn't exist, I think.
But she doesn't want to hear from any of us that want to give her advice. She only wants to hear from people that say, "You're right, Chantel. You're right, Chantel."
Oh yeah, that's her hood box. Yeah.
I reached out to her too, and I was very honest with her. And you know how she considered us friends, but you know how she does friends, right? So, but she, even when she said she was friends with Amberlynn, I was friends with Amberlynn, but I hardly ever talked to her. That was the same situation. we would message, but she messages only when it's convenient for her. So, you know, again, she's not going to listen to nobody. It doesn't matter how close you are or how much you try to talk to her, or she only listens when it's something that she wants to hear.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, at this point, she doesn't listen to anybody. Like, I mean, like, if like I look at it like this, and this is like a rule of thumb for anybody in the future, whoever wants to think of it like this. I know people, like, think of it like this with Pete. If you look at Pete, this is somebody who not only did she live with, this is someone who she was in a romantic relationship with. This was someone who she was literally about to get married to. Hell, this was someone who at one point in time, you carried this man's child at one point in period of time, and you still don't listen to him. You don't even listen to that. And think about how much significance he has to her, and she still doesn't listen. If she won't even listen to somebody who even at one point in time you carried his child, not even, let me not say his child, but you carried his seed in you, sis. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't
but
even
that doesn't
listen
mean
to
anything.
him.
Like,
you don't even
and
listen
also
to him.
Pete's doesn't mean anything. Like, she doesn't even like Pete's.
She doesn't care. Hello.
That's crazy. That's I don't know what to say. Chantel just needs some professional help.
Well, something's going to happen soon. It can't keep going on like this. Something's going to happen to somebody. I can just feel it in my bones. She can't keep going on. Her anger is almost uncontrollable.
Yeah.
She wants him back so bad. She's denying it, but it's the truth. She wants him back so bad. And something's going to go bad. I just feel it.
I agree.
Well, I don't understand why she try to make her audience think that she's so irresistible, and every man she speak to wants her, and every man she go on a date with, she has to sleep with them. Like, why is she trying to make that like a big deal, make people believe that about her? Like, that is not a cute thing. Like, with my daughter, when I teach my daughter,
though, it's because sexually unbelievably attractive and sex pottery to the extreme Chantel. That's what they do, because men cannot control themselves when they're with her. It is a badge of honor to her to get shagged very quickly because she thinks she's special, and they really like her. And it feeds into her idea of being some Kama Sutra specialist, which is not.
I'm sorry. She thinks if a guy gives her extra sauce going through the line to get food, they're in love with her.
Yep. And
yeah.
I gotta say something.
too. I agree with that.
Them standards are very low there.
Chantal, you're not a Kama Sutra specialist in anything because you've only hit 2 positions your entire life.
And the main one is starfish.
And dead doggy.
I mean, hell, was it?
I think
God, you just had to bring up dead doggy.
Her first position is loser. She's always going to have that position of being a loser.
Her position is loser. I love that. That's funny. I mean, you're not wrong. She'll forever be a loser. That'll be her. That's her official position in life.
She's in a weird competition on trying to be the sex pot that no one has entered the competition with her. She's like in it on her own, and it's like you're no more than a glory hole, Chantal. That's what you are.
When did this competition start? Did anybody tell her this competition never started? She can quit,
right?
Yeah, but she sees every woman as competition, doesn't she?
Yeah. It's a competition that nobody is entering you with, Chantal. We're all getting along with our lives, doing things, doing nothing, doing something, doing good things, doing bad things. This is a competition for losers. Of who were called Chantal Marie Olive Serol. There you go.
I'm going to drop down, guys, so somebody else might be able to come up. Bye, you guys. I
Bye,
love being
Marcy.
on.
Bye,
Bye. Nice to meet
Marcy.
you.
Bye,
Congratulations
Marcy.
on your
Congratulations
marriage of
again.
59. Or was it 49 years?
It
Yeah,
was 49.
that's
Congratulations.
awesome.
That's a long time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can
have
I
to
say
agree
something?
with.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say I have to agree with what Andrea said earlier. I do think that Nader, in a weird way, he's over her, right? But I also think that if Chantal shows up tomorrow at Nader's and Dee with a bunch of cash and groceries, that they would take it. They would take it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to say no.
You
They're
drop
not going to tell
groceries
her
off at my
Oh,
no.
house
heck
now, and I'm
yes.
gonna take it too, like Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Dismiss
So
you.
Exactly.
she don't get like social cues when it comes to relationships. Like he's made it clear that he has zero respect for you, doesn't care for you, doesn't love you. You're sitting there night after night, raging, about to give yourself a stroke, crying over someone who could give two craps about you.
Mm-hmm.
All he has to do is call her up, and he's probably done it before, cried to her on the phone that he needs something, and she'll provide it. That's it. No questions asked, no apology needed.
Right.
It's like Chantal has never met a man before. Like, it's really weird. But I was going to say, I think she's an incel, and I think that's why she gets so crazy, because she wants to be having sex, but she can't because she's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think Pete is more of an incel than Chantel. She's more social than Pete is.
Is she?
Is she?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, when I say social, you know, she go out more. You know, she's out, you know, with other people. Pete's go nowhere.
She's not out with other
He
people.
stays in the room.
She's not out with other people. She's out by herself with her phone.
Well, you know what I mean. Like not with friends, but you know, she can interact with other people that's out. Like if she's at the store or something, Pete goes nowhere. He stays in that room. He stays in front of that computer, and that's it.
I would give it to
Yeah, but
Peach
she's still an
more,
incel.
and
Like,
I would say that she's borderline incel for the simple fact that if
Right.
she is actually on social media, that's not anything that an incel would do. They would look at it, but they wouldn't actually interact with those people, because then they would all automatically have whatever their incelly thoughts about themselves are. But Chantel is just flat out desperate. I don't know how else she's just desperation at all. And her fascination is with Nader because she can't control him. She can't buy him. She's not able to. And she made him out to be this type of person, which again, I have to reevaluate the entire Nader situation, because she's shown the pattern of, ooh, I love him so much, he's Adonis, and then when he doesn't want to be with me, he's the slop that walks beneath my feet, and he's this and he's that. And so she has pegged these guys from the beginning of what she can say and what she can do to them. But an incel, it's going to be hard to put her in that without more evidence that she is absolutely not participating. If she's like, you know, if she's over here making a farce out of this social media, which hell, why not? She does it out of everything else.
but isn't an incel just someone that's involuntarily celibate?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a whole lot more psychology around an incel versus just them not being able to get puss. Or
there are a lot of incels on social media LARPing as Greek gods. There really is. But when they come down to it, they are massive incels. We can label all things. I mean, we don't know what to say. I think she is the sort of person that has to have lots. Maybe she's thinking in her head now, I need to have a lot of different men that only last a little bit of time, because if they really get to know her, this is subconsciously speaking now, they couldn't handle it. And you were saying Frostbite about BB. Well, Chantal was a different animal in the BB days. I think if BB met her now, he would run a mile.
Yeah, I don't think BB would have any association with her now. I think
no, yeah.
I think she was completely different beast during those 7 years with BB.
But what's the evidence that BB has like some sort of standards or self-respect? Like, why does everyone always presume that like, oh, BB would never do this, BB would never do that?
No, we're not saying he's perfect, but he is more normal.
Years, she's always been a predator. She's always been disgusting. Like, she hid it from the internet a little bit, but he lived with her 24/7. Like, she was hiding pizza boxes in the closet. Like,
but she cheated on BB as well, didn't she?
She
did.
Yeah,
she did. So the life she had with BB, this great life and this loving relationship of 8 years, was a sham. It was. Hey, quelle surprise! It was delusional. Because
like the same with Pete's, isn't it? Like they were.
She almost said. She said the other day. I was listening to her as I was driving. I had one of her lives on, and she was talking about an incident that happened during BB, where she was with a guy who was kind of aggressive, and he had her. I don't know if they were at a club or. Somehow, basically, she kind of made it sound like she had to do something with him.
Yeah, she was cornered by him, apparently, wasn't she?
That's what she made it sound like anyway yesterday.
She got pregnant from one of these encounters, so she says. She had, when her and BB first started out, she was pregnant with one of these African men's babies. Or, not babies.
Why
Manzi, that's it. Not Monty, like, not Madzi. It was Manzi.
I wish you could see my side eye over here.
It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like she wants to be known as this sex addict, and it's like, why?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to be labeled or known as a sex addict? Like we all know she doesn't have. She doesn't have this high sex drive, especially with the fact that she isn't taking hormones and she doesn't have a uterus, so she's in menopause. So how is she just so sexually active?
She's got a high sex drive in her head.
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't think that she wants to be known as a sex addict per se, as much as just being desired by people, because everybody's always telling her how gross she is and how she does gross things. She wants to prove to people on the internet that, hey, I'm just desired by so many people. I'm not the things you're calling me. I'm not the things you're telling me I am, because all these men just want me.
She can't help it. The girl can't help it. It's just nature has given her a bad hand of making her so unbelievably sexy, have a high sex drive, and men fall at her feet, especially if English is their second language.
But also, I think like she's got really low self-esteem, and I don't think she wants people to see that. So she just covers it up by pretending that she's confident and that people are attracted to her, and she's got all these guys. Like, a lot of people do that, like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she knows she's disgusting. Like, she knows nobody wants her. Like,
she's full of delusion, isn't she? She really is.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, if you sit in that and accept that, then you're gonna have to like probably change, or do some reflection, or like see a therapist or something. She doesn't want to do that, so I think she just pretends, just like so she can get through life. Because if she really sat there and thought about the fact of like how she really is, I can imagine that'd be really upsetting. Like, she hasn't got anything going for her.
I think that's why she takes a lot of wheelchairs and gets absolutely blasted, because when the real thoughts come into her head, she can't handle it. And that's what she likes.
And I don't like the comment. I don't like the comment about, oh, he's fresh off the boat. Like, people,
that really bothers me.
Yeah, it does. It bothers me too, because that's a racist ass comment. Like, what do you mean they're fresh off the boat?
I can't sit here as a Latina and be okay with that, because honestly, I've heard that being said about so many Latinos that it's not even funny.
I wanted to emphasize that is what she called them. And I was
Right.
quoting her. So, but people in her chat, they tell her, well, don't get somebody that's fresh off the boat. They say that stuff in her chat. And she, she wants to pretend like she doesn't know that that is an ethnically charged comment. That is a comment that people make about people that migrate to other countries.
Yes, they
And that's
do.
so wrong. That's so
It is.
wrong.
And Chantal absolutely.
Yeah, but Chantal's
There,
racist, so
because I
There you
live
go.
by
There you go. She said,
a lot of Middle Eastern people and some Hispanic people, and there are people that use that term boaters, and it's not a good term to use. It's very what do you want? It's a horrible thing to say about somebody.
It is.
Well, but that's the thing, right? She looks down on PLCs because she thinks she's above them with her. God, I don't like getting into this, right? Because I love everyone from all walks of life, white,
Right.
black, Middle
Right.
Eastern, Asian. I really don't like, but I have to say something. Your white privilege is showing, Chantal. You date POCs just because you think you can control them. I would put money on the fact that you see how she's using Natter's criminal record. She's doing it because she knows. I don't like the dude. I hate the dude, and it really irks me that I have to defend him in any way, shape, or form. But right is right, wrong is wrong. You're doing it because you know that it can get him possibly deported. And yes, you can still get deported even if you have some sort of refugee status, depending on the crime. It is something that can still happen. Okay.
Gary Pepperoni, white privilege is definitely a thing, and I don't take offense to it.
No,
well,
but
Chantal wants to like weaponize the Canadian legal system as if she's such a victim. I'm sorry. It is the most infuriating thing about her. She wants to weaponize the Canadian legal system to defend her and to protect her from somebody she just tried to lure into a hotel room. I am infuriated by it. It just makes me so upset. Like, you just tried to lure this dude into your bed and he was like, nah, I don't want to. Oh, well, I'm going back to the police. That is the most infuriating
That's messed
shit
up.
It's racist as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. That's the only way I can put. And that's why, like, was it when she was sitting there talking when I was talking about the God complex earlier? Like, she really has like in her mind
will
that
ruin you.
That you are the and I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be funny, but again, it's what a lot of racist people think. They think that they can basically be that they are the God. They can end you. That they have that they can put you in a heaven and a hell. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sweetie, you don't have that power. You don't have the power that you think you do.
I gotta say, look, I've seen it one too many times happen with family members that dated white women, and it happens every time because they assume, well, you are going to need me because if you want to get a citizenship, you need to be married to someone who is a citizen of this country. So if you don't fall in line and do as I say, I won't give you your citizenship. Oh, you pissed me off? I'm going to report you to immigration.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I've seen it happen to
Why?
power
But do you really think somebody's going to stay with you? I would be cheating on you every chance I got. Why would I want to be with somebody like that? And
because they know that they have, because they know at the end of the day they have something that they want, which is citizenship. They know that basically they can have that power. It falls always back into some form of power. It's like she thinks that basically she can hold like how she holds his freedom over her head, and it's like you don't have. No, that is so sick and so messed up that anytime that this man gets mad at you, you want to throw back like his freedom in in his face, talking about, well, you're going to be going to jail and you deserve to be in prison. And I'm like, ma'am, no.
Just goes to show she never. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This man out. You gave this man a platform, and how dare you sit here after all the bullshit you have put people through for over the past year, and you sit here and now you want to basically you want someone to fucking feel sorry for you. It gets on my fucking hers with her with that shit.
And
You
exactly.
need to sort her out with that, though, because she does make threats, whether you're black, white, man, woman, whatever. Threats are not allowed on YouTube. And she is saying, I'm going to do that. I'm going to report you. That's psychological torture, actually. I don't like Nada, but that is psychological
And you know why
torture.
she said she was going to ruin him? Because
exactly. You belong in jail. I'm going to put you in jail. Because it's where you belong. And all
let me tell you why, though.
Threatening language, Chantal, and YouTube really needs to step up about that.
She threatened him because he hearted a comment on his channel.
And also, she did it when somebody else made
on his channel.
Yeah, and she did.
Yeah, she really. When Dee Dee moved in to the trap, she was infuriated. But it goes to show. She never loved him. He was always a commodity to her. He was always a thing to her, to service her. He was always a thing because she doesn't see people as people. Just like her VIBs, you will be replaced. I'm going to block you and you will be replaced. She doesn't see people as people. She never loved him.
She's even racist to DD in a way, because she'll go, oh, your stupid French accent, and doing all this, like, taking the mickey out of being a French Canadian. I mean, it's this racist language that she uses that we all, of white people, have had to really take the lesson to learn about it. But that lesson, like all the others, seems to have left her. And anybody will... As soon as she encounters displeasure with you, everything is off bounds, and she will go for it, including threats of manipulation. And I've seen a lot of blackmail coming from her as well recently, which I'm not pleased about.
Yeah, I just want to say that Chantal is a Karen. Like, I can't believe people haven't gotten on to this by now. She's a straight up Karen. And also,
she is.
To be fair, like, she hasn't got anything going for her other than the money and her whiteness.
Did you call her a Karen?
She can weaponize.
Did I miss that?
A Karen.
She's a Karen.
Like, she weaponizes her whiteness, but that's the only thing she can weaponize. Like, she doesn't have anything else.
It's disgusting. Frostbite. I've seen it. I've seen it happen in real life, and they use it as a tool to, oh, you're not going to stay with me? You're not going to do what I want? I guess you can't get your papers now. I guess I'm going to have to call and report you because you're being abusive to me. Oh yeah, you're being abusive to me. It happens all the time. And you see her when she talks about it. I'm going to explain something to you, Chantal, because she tries to say, well, I have a type. My type, I like Moroccan men. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, everyone has a type, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. You don't have a type, Chantal. What you have is a prey. You have a prey. You're a predator that preys on POCs because you feel that you can hold power over them and they will do as you want. She is literally, I don't like any of these people, but I have to say the truth. You're stalking them too. You are stalking them, girl. You don't leave them alone. You mention them every night. Yes, they throw jabs at you, da da da. It's kind of a shit show, isn't it? But you don't. Someone has to stop, right? Someone has to stop.
She's blind to her own behavior.
She created this for herself.
This is what she wanted. I agree. This is exactly what she wanted, and she's created every last ounce of it, from Natter to his personality to how people are viewing him, because without her information, without her input, he's not that bad of a guy.
Yes, he is. He's stabbed two people.
He's still an ass. No, don't get me wrong. He's still an ass, and he may be a rapist. These are alleged. But I mean, without all this other stuff, no. I'm just saying, without her, sure, without her putting all of this extra stuff out there, this would have been information that over time we may have discovered. But without her absolutely planting these seeds, just like she planted the seeds that S-Jam was a stalker, and that she was going to then collab with Roman and set all of these people up for channels. This is just how she's using people. This is just the thing she does. So she's setting people out there, and she's ruining. And I'm not taking anything away from Natter or his actual personality after we found out about him. Now, what we found out about S-Jam SJM is just, I think he said at one time that he may actually be bisexual, and that he just wanted to help. He was not stalking her, and that they had communications. So again, I'm gonna ask you, how many of you all have a stalker out there that you've been taking money from and communicating with for a year that absolutely told you he was going to be in the area around this time?
Yeah, I
Absolutely
agree
not.
with that
Dirty. She
SJM
really did
point.
SJM dirty.
And so
Yeah.
she did
But not
Natter the
Natter.
same amount of dirty, but the difference with Natter is she had absolute concrete evidence that he had did these things and that he was this type of person. And so she set him up and let him, and still gave him a channel.
Well, she
Yeah,
thought
but
it
it
was
was a
hot.
setup.
She thought it was
She
hot.
gave this man. He's not a good man, though. I'm
The
just
thing
gonna
is,
say
is
that.
like
And
even
no,
if
I don't want
she,
anybody to
And
think that I'm
Chantal
saying that
knew
he was a
that.
good man.
Chantal
I'm just
knew.
saying that she used his bad reputation to put him out there. Now everybody can't even get past his bad reputation. And I'm not going to say anything that's going on with the May case or any allegations that may be held against him. I need legal proof to come out and evidence or whatever in court, because the same way Chantel has used SA and all these other mental disorders and things like that to boost her channel and gain a quick paycheck, I'm not going to say anybody won't do the same thing. I just want everything to come out legally in court, and then I'll say something about it. But I'm not going to just accuse anybody or go off. And that's your
Right.
opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion is I'll wait for the legal system to handle that. But as of what we're dealing with right now, we're dealing with the man that has been stalked for at least a year by Foodie Beauty, and she can't even recognize that she's projected every single bit of her personality out to everybody else. Where she's putting down Dee, she's stalking Natter, she loves him one minute, then she hates him the next. She did SJM the same way. She did Roman the same way, because she was just in Roman's chat the other night. I'm sure she wasn't over there saying how bad of a person Roman was for putting how she smells out there and trying to clout chase off of her. So I mean,
She
but
gave
can I just
Roman.
say that,
She
like,
gave Roman her new cell phone number.
yeah, but the thing is even if we didn't know about the charges with Nader, all you'd have to do is watch one of his live streams. You can see that he's aggressive, he's a drug addict, he's weird.
I don't, and once again, that's if she wouldn't have told us anything about him, B, gave him a platform, then he would not be in our faces right now.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
The problem is that she, at the end of the day, she has no one to blame but herself for the reason why he's not in the spotlight that he has, because he even told her in the beginning, he said, "Don't talk about me. I don't want you talking about me." She didn't listen to that. She wanted to have this bad boy, dangerous boyfriend, and she wanted to have she literally wanted to sensationalize him basically being his quote unquote terrible person. I just say quote unquote because it was she wanted this fantasy in her head of a bad boyfriend. And now the very thing that you used to quote unquote sensationalize him to basically make yourself seem so much more interesting. Oh, now you want to sit here and now you want people to feel sorry for you. Now you want people to basically sit here and be like, "Oh, well, yeah, Foodie, he's terrible and he's horrible." No, sweetie, this is what you wanted. You wanted the
That's
bad
right, yeah.
friend.
It was
You
perfect.
wanted
Nada's perfect fodder, really, to feed her delusion, isn't he? He was the bad boy with
this
the
is the life
drugs,
that you want,
a great
baby.
sex machine who
But
found her
what she don't realize is
attractive.
like she says here, if this is the life you want, baby, look, this life comes with some shit. Hey, look, like Kaya told you, sweetie, you're not built for this life. You not, and you didn't realize what you were getting yourself into. Kaya
Her
told
delusion
you
was lying to her
times.
again. That's all I could say. That's
like.
Can I just clarify one thing? I agree with everyone on the panel's point of views. Everyone's entitled to them. And there, some stuff I don't agree with, but I'm not going to argue with anyone because everyone is entitled to their point of view. I just want to clarify one thing. With kind of piggybacking off of what Hannibal said. She did do initially, we didn't know nothing about Natter, right?
You're right.
She did, she said some stuff that automatically put in everyone's head this dude isn't a good dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said, pushing all of that aside, personally for me, and because Natter keeps on saying night after night, well, the only reason people don't like me is because of what you said. I have to clarify and say no. There's enough evidence out there for those of us who have been keeping up with it. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to keep up with. And now, and I know I'm going to get a little pushback because I know how people feel about the ex moderator situation. Look, however you feel about it, at the end of the day, this guy did take advantage. This guy did threaten.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is holding private photographs that should not be shared with anyone else as a
Absolutely.
tool of blackmail. So there's
Correct.
that situation.
Correct.
There's
Mm-hmm.
in a period of 2 weeks, Natter and Dee Dee sat there and doxed between 12 to 15 people. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
With
Right.
no problems whatsoever. The constant
And
threatening
wasn't Nada
people.
filming Chantel when they were having sex
Mm-hmm.
without her knowledge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also to top it off for me, the cherry on the icing on the cake is the children's cancer charity scam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It
Mm-hmm.
is well documented, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to let it go because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you took advantage of the most vulnerable of vulnerable. You
Yep.
used children's
Yep.
cancer to put money in your pocket. You sent money to Egypt to your family, and I don't care what your excuse is. If you say on your platform, I'm taking donations for children's cancer charity, clear as day, then that is where the money should go. It should not go
Mm-hmm.
to your family, nor should you have a friend donate on your behalf. You said you were going to donate it, you donate it. So that for me, Natter and Dee Dee, is what makes you two ultimate pieces of trash.
Agreed.
Yes, and Dee
And
Dee
can
has
I
also
can I
100%.
just been
piggyback off of
also been
Erie?
bad.
Can I piggyback off of what Erie just said?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if let's just say Chantel was not in the picture and Natter was on his platform, Natter has is still the same person before Foodie introduced him to YouTube. He's still that same arrogant man. He's still that person that doxes people. He was still going to be that person anyway because that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I
And
agree.
And
Yeah.
I
and
got it.
and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can I add before you continue? And I know,
Yeah.
look, this isn't me favoring one or the other, but fair is fair. Natter and Dee Dee sitting there saying that Chantal has doxed them over and over. Let me tell you something, Natter. You doxed Dee Dee when you were doxing 6 other people,
Yep.
Right.
clear as day on the
Mm-hmm.
screen.
Right. You are
Yes,
Both
you
loved
absolutely
did.
each
right.
other, really.
He
Yes, you
also
did.
doxed Dee Dee's mom.
Sure did.
Show enough.
Just an innocent, older, frail woman.
Now,
Doxed.
my imagination says take Natter out of the situation and add somebody else in without his background, reputation, and all of that drama. She would still be out here setting up guys and then running them
Mm-hmm.
and running their reputation down. Is
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is what her MO is. And
Mm-hmm.
she's done that even with Pete. She did that with Pete.
Oh gosh,
Now
she does that with she's done it
everybody.
literally with any man. Like I mean,
Yeah,
even
so
with
that's her
BB
I
too.
think
MO. But I
I
mean,
think what our
she
opinion,
picked a good
or
one
I
with
think what we're
Natter. She
trying to
picked a
say
good one
is,
with Natter because Natter absolutely backed up the mold for all the bad things, and she wasn't expecting him to back it up. And now here
mm-hmm.
we are. So she's always picking, like you said, the bad boy type of guys. And now she got one, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't really mean it. My bad."
Yeah, she got a bad boy that pushes back. That's the problem. She got a bad boy
Mm-hmm.
that has no fucks to give, excuse my language, but that's the best way I can describe it.
Oh no!
And is pushing back.
Look,
But Natter,
But also,
she met her
Natter has
match.
Natter has been the same that same person all of his life. All
Yes.
it is that Foodie introduced him to the internet. That's all. He always have been
He's
this
never
person
been a good
that
person,
right.
ever.
He's never been a good person. He's
Correct.
always been that person that took advantage of women. He's always been that person that would dox you, take pictures of you, doing all this evil type stuff. The only difference is Foodie introduced him to YouTube, so
Right.
everybody knows who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
She's
She
given
gave
him
look, she gave
actually
him a platform.
she gave him a bigger platform to do it on.
Mm-hmm.
And there was it any which, like I said, and thank you so much, Foodie, for finally saying what we've been all saying, that you gave him a platform. Thank you so much. Because no, because literally, like, was it? I remember was when we had that one panel. We were talking about it, and she was so adamant about. And you gave him a bitch. Yes, you did.
There, if you
Right.
go back and look, you can tell she tells on herself 24/7. So does Natter. They tell on themselves. They cannot keep up with the lies that they've created.
And let me say this. Can I say one thing about Dee Dee?
Mm-hmm.
She is, in my opinion, just as bad as Chantel,
Oh yeah.
if not worse, because she sat back and watched this happen between Chantel and Natter and decided to insert herself into this whole mess.
Right.
Oh yeah, Dee is nobody's innocent. Like anybody who thinks like, oh no, like that's why like low key what was her name, Courtney or whatever her name was kind of like why she was annoying me because she's like, oh Dee Dee, you don't deserve all this that's going on and blah. No, sweetie, no, Dee Dee is nobody's innocent. She is not.
No, she's
Like I
not.
said, she is a very willing participant in all of this, just as much as Natter, just as much as Chantal, and you cannot take that away from any of this. And I am sorry.
She's a volunteer.
She's not
right.
I'm telling you now, I'm gonna keep saying it until the end of this. Dee Dee is the mastermind of all of this.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be honestly, I really wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
The mastermind
I don't
in
think she
every
is, but
evil plot.
I think oh, she's gone. That
And
lady said
Hannibal.
before,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
she's not on the panel anymore, but she said like they're both predators, and it's like a predator meeting a predator. I just think Nada's just a better predator than Chantal. Like,
well, that's why I say she met her. That's why I say she met her match.
He prey on older women on Facebook, and he's a grifter. Like, look at him. He's
And Dee Dee's the best one of all, though, because she's like she looks like a like. People don't look at Dee Dee on first glance and be like, "Oh, she's a predator, she's a user." No, they look at Dee Dee like, "Oh, she looks so nice. She's a businesswoman." No, she's the worst one of all. Guarantee you.
Absolutely,
it's a cover. And I'm going to say something piggybacking off of Aunt Hannibal because him and I have always agreed she's the mastermind on this, and I'll tell you why. If you notice in every movie you've ever watched, every true crime story you've ever watched, everything that has a villain mastermind, what is the one thing the villain mastermind does? The villain mastermind doesn't let it be known. Exactly. They don't let it be known that they're the one pulling all the strings. They sit back quietly. They play innocent. They play dumb. And they let the minions do all the mess. That way, and here's the stupidity, minions. Pay attention, minions, because you're going to be the fall guy.
Yeah,
they're going to have you do something.
She's going to walk away. This is a Kaiser Soze usual suspects.
Usual suspects, exactly. Kaiser Soze gets to walk out and laugh and be happy, and you're in jail, dead, or whatever.
But see, and the reason why, like, honestly, I could really see that is because in a lot of this, and this is something that I've always noticed with Dee Dee, she is so, like, if you just look at how calm she is in a lot of stuff. Like, she is very calm. Like, more calm than what I really feel like. Like I know people say, well, she's got no upset. No.
If you review all these situations,
gets upset when she wants to see you upset. Like, she wants She gets upset when she wants you to see her upset. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
She only lets you see it when she wants you to see it. She's she's too calm in a lot of these situations. She's too like, oh, it's what
Dre,
like,
if you pay attention to her facial expressions and like really pay attention to it, she's actually getting gratification out of the mess.
Yeah,
She'll do like these little
She's absolutely getting
smirks.
gratification.
I
When she
thought I
called
was
her
the only
Kool-Aid
one that
woman,
saw that.
Absolutely. Nope.
yeah, when she called her
Absolutely.
Kool-Aid woman, it was absolutely. I think she creamed herself a little bit
I
too.
think she did too.
You
But
know
isn't
what,
everyone
Yuri?
getting
I
gratification out of it?
thought I was the only one that saw that in Didi.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
but
look at
everyone
her.
is.
She'll
No,
sit there with
No.
that little.
no. I'm telling you, she is behind all of this. She is gonna walk away scot-free with a pocket full of money, and ultimately.
We have a question from somebody that says from Sniffs. Do you think Dee Dee and Natter are happy together?
I think Dee Dee and Natter are happy as a
Working
partnership, but they
Yeah,
are
they
not a
partners in
couple.
crime.
They are not
Partners
a
in
couple.
crime.
They have never been a couple. They may actually
They have
be the
casual sex.
proverbial friends with benefits, but
Right.
they are not together. And that's what Foodie needs to understand. She has never been
and that's where
together
she's
with
having.
this man.
Let's
Because
look
that's where
back.
she's having a hang up because she thinks that she's like, no, but they're together. And I'm like, no, sweetie, see, you don't understand.
It's
like,
so alien to her, though, isn't it? A concept of having a relationship
right.
like
She
that.
don't understand that basically they're Bonnie and Clyde. Well, not Bonnie and Clyde, but they're Bonnie and Clyde, but not fucking. If that makes any sense.
This is a
They
situation
could be
where
Bonnie and
the
Clyde and fucking.
predator
It don't matter. But
became
they're not
the
in a
prey.
relationship that they're
But
claiming
no,
each other. There's no
saying is like,
jealousy
but
involved.
wasn't Bonnie and Clyde like together though? Weren't they like dating? They were like in love and shit.
They loved each other.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're Bonnie and Clyde without the love. Is what I'm trying to say.
Can I
They
say
enjoy
this? Let me say
healthy
this.
Schadenfreude when it comes to Chantal, I think they have a really good giggle together about her when things are okay. So just like me, I have healthy Schadenfreude with her too. But I think they are happy together. I do. Even though I agree with everybody here, they're not a couple. But and it really gets to Chantal because she can't understand that because she is all over Nada, isn't she? She's like,
and that makes them even happier. That makes them, even if they're not, they are happier when they are able to. If you see me happy with somebody else and it just infuriates you, and within 15 minutes you've gotten 20 posts out about me and said my name 30 times, and all I can do is sit back and laugh and see, like, look, I'm just gathering more evidence that you can't get over me. Then it makes them absolutely, and that's why Dee Dee has, I think, in my opinion, allegedly, that's why Dee Dee has also started showing up more and talking more, as well as that gratification she's getting. Yeah, she's poking the bear.
Can we look back real quick, y'all? Can we look back? Okay, I'm just gonna give you a quick little run through.
Yes, please.
Think back at the fact Dee Dee becomes VIB. Dee Dee hangs around in Chantal's chats.
I'm telling you.
Now, if you look all the way back, Natter and Dee Dee's story has changed. But the one thing that has remained consistent is that they met at a restaurant. Okay?
Right.
They met at a restaurant and he was friends with Dee Dee's man.
There it is.
These two have been working together for a very long time, pulling scams together, okay?
Yeah.
They saw a vulnerable, desperate woman who wanted a man. Dee Dee goes and pulls Natter out of the freaking gutter and says, I found one. Let's work her.
I'm in.
They work her. She somehow gets Natter into the picture. Okay, still haven't gotten 1,000% clarification, but my guess is that Dee Dee finds out that Chantal is dating on whatever. What was it that she met? Tinder. She says, there she is on Tinder. Go to her and say this, that, and the other. Okay.
I told you they find for each other. They find
this is the thing though with Chantal though, and it's not hard to believe because before she met Nader, she was very open and very much so talking about how I want to be with I just want to sleep around. I want to basically do this other. She was literally telling all her sex capades. So it's not hard to think that Dee Dee he would have seen and heard all this.
Yes.
They know where she lives. They know all this information. Like, it's not hard to think that literally someone could run scam on her very easily. It's not hard to think that at all.
And it would make sense that if they are used to scamming people out of money, that they would revert to doing it to someone online. Why? We came upon hard times, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pandemic. It is now more difficult to meet people face to face and run those scams.
You're leaving out the missing ex from Dee Dee. Dee Dee's ex passed away, who I believe was her original partner, who was also of Arabic descent, which would also mean that she would be used to the culture as to why she is not threatened around Natter and his so-called aggressiveness.
Exactly.
Right.
She's used to it. So I would agree with you 100%. And I would think that all three of them, as to, they said their story has changed, but they also said that they didn't really know each other. It was through a mutual friend being dead Dee Dee's boyfriend.
The one thing, Hannibal, that has remained consistent is that they met through Dee Dee's man.
I don't think, because it's been debunked that Dee Dee has actually called him on, Messenger when Natter was taking calls from females, and it clearly sounds like Dee Dee's voice, and she was talking to Natter.
It was a show. It was the build up to the beginning of the scam. Let's pretend to not know each other, and then you'll introduce me as a long-time friend.
Think about it.
You just reconnected.
Because there's no way you're going to meet somebody and then 3 weeks over the internet you moved in with them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just want to say I'm going now because I'm in the UK. It's really hot. I need to go outside, but there's children outside and I don't want them to hear this. So thanks very much for having me on. I hope you all have a really good evening. And I just want to quickly point out.
Bye.
Thanks, Frostbite. Bye. Bye. I just want to quickly say that Arabic is a language and Arab is an ethnicity. So.
Thank you.
Correction.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, I agree with everything you just said, Hannibal.
It's not impossible. I'm not 100% on that yet. I still kind of believe she came in after the fact. Just because I forget who did the video, but if you watch it, it makes a lot of sense.
You're talking about when they didn't know each other on that video when she called in from Facebook?
Yes.
You have to take this all as a land of make-believe and then take out the things that don't make sense.
That could have been an act.
I think it was an act, and it's really easy to do because I'll show you.
It's really easy to do as an act.
I'm such a fan of yours. I have been watching you for such a long time. I would love to get together with you and meet you.
Oh, okay. When do you want to meet?
Oh, I think I'll be in town within the next week. How about we just set something up?
Oh, that sounds great. That's wonderful. Yeah. Bing.
See, it's that easy. It's not difficult.
We pulled off the April Fool's Day prank. We know she pulled that off, and it was quite believable. Everybody thought he was gone.
And let's not forget that the cancer charity scam is not the first scam. There was also the I need money for legal fees scam.
Yes. I'm telling you, Dee Dee, there's no way that in a matter of weeks from meeting Chantel to then meeting Natter through Chantel, that then Dee Dee is now living in the trap house.
Well, they did claim they knew each other 10 years, but then they claimed they knew each other 12 years. The story has changed multiple times.
And that's where the story would change. But the boyfriend, if she was with her boyfriend 10, 11 years, then they knew, and Natter knew the boyfriend, and he could have seen Dee Dee. He could have looked at Dee Dee. He could have been planning and plotted with Dee Dee. He could have had business with Dee Dee. He could have known of Dee Dee. But when the boyfriend died, gone, boom, Dee Dee needed a partner too. Dee Dee needed a partner for her alternative lifestyle, because I'm telling you, I'm thinking that these guys are in this sexual alternative lifestyle and they're finding partners for each other. And if they can scam somebody, then they will. And Chantel is a absolute mark.
Do you think they've
She
shot
never
themselves in
moved
the foot
into the
though,
trap,
doing this
though.
by doing
She
this on
came to the
Chantel
trap.
online? Though, do you think that they'll be able to pull this off again?
Well, with somebody else?
Who,
Yeah.
DD and Natter?
No, I don't think that. I don't.
Pulling it off. They probably
Not
already
online.
pulling it off with
No,
somebody
yeah.
on behind
Offline.
the scenes.
Offline, I think they could do it offline. I don't think they
Yeah,
can do it
offline
online.
they'll probably be able to pull. Like I said, offline they'll probably be able to do it again. But as far as like online to this scale, they'll never be able to pull this off again. Online.
I think they're trying again. I think they're trying again with the new following that they have. They have a lot of girls thirsting after Natter,
Do you think
and
they
a
were
lot
trying to
of
do
girls.
that with the mods and that then era? Yeah, they were trying to find somebody there.
I think they were, and it didn't work. So now they're starting a whole fresh new batch, which is why they have to pretend
Well,
that
it makes sense.
that they're victims. Because if they get outed as the villains as well, I think they're all villains in my opinion. But they want to pretend like they were completely 1000% victimized in every single way. We know that that's not the case. Okay, it's
right,
it's
and
more
plus they're never right, and they're never going to be able to basically pull it off as big as what they did with Chantal, because you got to remember Chantal. Like I said, a lot of this, and as much as again, like I'm not trying to like be like taking up for one side or another, but Chantal, like how to put this, Chantal, one, is an idiot, like a huge idiot, and two, she financially benefited from this in a very, very big way. So that's why she also went along with it though too, because if she, like I said, if Chantal did not financially benefit from this as much as she had, it would have never went to be as big as it did, or at least I don't think it would have.
Well, I think the one thing they're holding. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nitrogen.
I was just going to say, do you think they're still going to be messing about with Chantel, say Christmas time, 6 months?
God, I hope
Oh no, I don't
Honestly,
think he's going to be around Christmas
I'll say it like
time.
this: there's going to be, like I said, this May case is definitely going to be going to play a big factor into what's going to happen.
Yes.
True,
May
yeah.
is going to be like I said, honestly, if he walks away on the 3rd, Scott, like, and he's fine and we're still dealing with him, this ain't ending no time soon.
Right.
This is not gonna, but if, like I said, but that's the thing. But honestly, I'm praying to God that come the 3rd, we're done.
Yeah.
I'm so ready
I
for
hope
this to be done.
so, just because
You've had enough, have you?
I mean, like, this is the one thing I will say, and it's just like, I don't like Chantal, but it's like, when I say she has met her match, she's met her match in many ways. She's a giant idiot, and and I hate to say it, Chantal, you are a fucking idiot.
And if the theory that the sex tape is what he's holding over her, I'm going to tell you something, girl. You need to grow some balls, okay?
She did. She grew a couple of pair of balls.
I mean, we've already seen most of Chantel, so what is left,
Take that tape and put it on your OnlyFans. You win. He no longer can hold that over you.
Whenever Natter goes, Chantel needs to go too. She is just as big of a threat, if not a bigger one, as he is, in my eyes. Because her raging, her driving around recklessly, her use of drugs, her TOS violations, just in general. Take her down. Just take her down.
How many more times do we have to see this woman's body parts before you?
I don't want to see any more body parts.
I'm tired of seeing that.
Oh gosh.
Like I said, she's too. The problem with her though, she's like I said, like I said, when it comes to like, I don't know. Like, but this is the thing I will also say though too. What she don't realize is that in the end, he gonna get you before you can get him, and that's something that he does not realize. She thinks right now, oh, I can get got him before he gets me, and I'm like, no, sweetie, he's gonna get you before you can get him. You may get him, but he gonna make sure he gonna get you too. And that's what she
he's
don't
already got
realize.
her from what we can see. He's already.
Oh no,
got
I'm
her.
talking about even in the worst the way. Like, there's still look, this can still go darker than what she realized. is this
Even
was
with
young.
him being
I've
locked up.
already
With
called
This
him
that
can
being
get
BS.
locked
darker,
up.
and she don't realize that.
Yeah, because he can have some influence on the inside too when he's locked up and have things done. It
I mean,
happens.
if she think, look, if she really think, I mean, look, sweetie, I'm just saying, I'm just look. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and I'm not trying to wish nothing, no death or nothing like that, or anyone getting harmed. I'm not saying
No,
that.
no, I don't wish that.
I'm just saying that this can get even worse, and that's the part she don't understand. She thinks that she thinks that she can control that, and I'm like, sweetie, you don't realize. Like I
She's
said,
got
you
a
don't
massive,
realize.
massive hate boner for him now, hasn't she? She's
And she
riding
don't
hard
realize.
on the hate train for him. I don't know how long she can't stop talking about him, but it's full of vitriol and
And what she
revenge.
don't realize, right? What she don't realize is that come the third, let's just say, hey, for shits and giggles, let's just say, hey, on the third, that he does go, and he possibly does go back to jail or prison or whatever. She don't realize that is the universe doing you the most ultimate favor.
Yeah,
for you. That ain't like I said. This that's a favor for you, sweetie. That's to save you.
Yep.
Understand that. Okay.
And then what she needs to do is just shut up about him if he goes.
Yes, she do. You need to move the hell on, girl.
Oh my God.
Because Dee Dee will still be in the picture, and I'm sure still help,
right. Like she
putting
don't
money
realize,
on
like,
the books. I come to believe that if he does go there, she's actually going to probably try to contact him
Oh, of
through.
course she will. Of course she will. He's
She's
going to be stable.
gonna
She's
put
going to
money on his
depend
book.
on him.
She's
Yeah.
gonna try to
Mm-hmm.
reinitiate a relationship there.
She's going to say it
And
was
it
all my
won't.
fault.
She's going to smuggle things into him. She's going to be all risky and that, doing really dodgy things to get things into him. She's definitely going to go and visit him.
As much as I can see her being a smuggler.
What I'm saying, though, hot business is that, look, if he does go, come the third, if he does have to go, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, if he gets convicted and he gets charged and he has to go back, what I'm saying is she needs to take that as a sign that, hey, this is the universe telling you, exit stage left.
She don't take signs, though. She don't take them.
And that's the problem. She's not done it.
She's not done it ever, and I don't think she's going to start. She'll even turn it around and say, well, he got this prison sentence, but it's like he's getting imprisoned because of what he did to me as well. There'll be some sort of weird take she'll have on it.
Yeah.
And he's also serving time for me, blah, blah,
yeah, once he
blah.
goes to jail, look, let me tell you something. Once he goes to jail, and now he can't touch me or whatever, she's gonna sit here and pull this whole spin of, oh my God, you guys, let me do this natter confession time, and she's gonna tell about all these horrible stories, and guys, this is what he did to me, and I'm such a victim, I'm sorry for me, and I'm like, girl, bye.
Might get a prison wedding, bees.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Prison
wedding.
That would only be
you
so
don't
he can
think
stay
she's
in the
gonna
country.
look? You guys don't think she's actually gonna sit here and she's gonna find a way to victimize herself? Look, if he does have to go back to prison, I'm telling you, she's gonna She's not gonna marry him. She's gonna victimize
she'll be contacting him while she's victimizing herself. So
you know what? I didn't. Yeah, you right.
Sending him pictures, becoming a prison.
You right.
Because she don't realize people in prison can still watch YouTube. And he'll be checking in on her. Trust and believe that.
Oh, well, Dee Dee will still be there at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I hate to say it like that, but look, Dee Dee's she's always gonna have that lurking eye of Dee Dee.
But it's gonna be easier for him to play more women in prison than it is on the outside.
Yeah, of course it is. Mm-hmm.
It's actually in his favor for a while, other than being locked up. Yeah, there'll be lots of money on his books.
He'll be charging men to get photographs and private messages and that from Chantal, like some weird pen pal situation.
You think we're gonna get a prison OnlyFans?
Oh my God, y'all should see what she's wearing on her live. She got a sports bra on, and that whatever that shirt is she bought from that store when she bought that dress.
Oh, that jacket thing.
Yeah, she has
that
that
totally does not fit her.
Right.
Oh, and Natter's dancing. Is he dancing on his other channel, Natty Daddy?
And her stomach and everything is out.
They're giving us a show today.
Girl, the crackheads
It's
are
called
crackheading.
denial. Oh, what are they doing now?
Delusion is a powerful thing. My goodness.
We should, I guess, wrap this up and see if I'll go over there. It depends on what she's doing. But yeah, we've been on for nearly 2.5 hours. So
I guess she'll be eating and talking shite. That's my prediction.
Exactly.
Yeah, he is live on Natty Daddy.
Oh my God, guys! You know when you color your Easter eggs and you leave the little part in the middle, and you this is so. Don't look.
Oh no.
Look, that top it does not fit her.
No, it does not. What is that? Like, Chantel really?
Is it Tacky Day in Canada? Is it Tacky Day? We used to have. Yeah, we used to have those in school. Is that what's going on here?
Look, that top does
with that synthetic.
Right, okay then. So we're going to wrap up here. I'll just say goodbye. Thanks, guys, for talking.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Monty.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody that was on here. We'll do this another time.
Thank you, Monty.
Yeah,
see you again sometime.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone.